What's good? What's good? Y'all know what time it is, man. Y'all know what time it is. Hey, I've been seeing a lot of commentary on this shit, and it's made me excited to watch. Not gonna lie. It's definitely made me excited to watch. It seemed like J.Cole actually gets into the thick of things. From what I've seen in clips, I haven't seen the whole thing. You feel what I'm saying? So this is gonna be a first reaction with y'all. As y'all enter the building, make sure y'all dropping a like. You feel what I'm saying? Um, Shout out to Terrell Subtle, first in the building. Shout out to Regal Love, of course. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Two Clutch. It's Nader, Concept. You feel me? Devin Davis, what up? Exavat, what up? What's good? I'm gonna let the people get in here real quick. The Heartbreak Kid, what up? Trick the Kid, what's good? James Edward, what up? Nazir James, what up? Triska Niche, what up? K, what's good? Noah King, what up? Shay from LA, what's good? The General, what's good? What's good, Justice? Hey, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. If y'all ain't seen that part 3 of 616 in LA just got darker, y'all gotta go watch that after this, bro. I usually don't be watching my own videos, but I did go watch that one, and I love that video. Not gonna lie, it's very good. I usually just edit my videos and put it out. So I sat there and actually watched that one. Love that video. I think y'all would love it too. Part 3 went crazy. Thank you, bro. Y'all make sure y'all go watch that after this live. And we got a super chat already. Shout out to my boy, it's Nate. What's good, my boy? Full blaming the culture. You got to see this. Oh, man. Oh, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm disappointed in the way, like, it really does feel like what would you call it? The rewriting of history right now, it feels like it's like somewhat succeeding a little bit, and I hate to see it. I hate to see it, bro. Niggas is leaving entire parts out of this battle, bro. It's so crazy. In a few years, niggas might not even talk about this the same way it went down. Is there a part 4? Honestly, there has to be a part 4 because there's one more person we got to go over. Pusha T. That's the one more person we got to go over. We got to talk about Pusha T. So, yeah, thank you to everybody that's been watching. I really do appreciate y'all. Real talk. Appreciate you, it's Nate, for real. Hey, another super chat. F Ice need a remix. Hey, you know what? I've been thinking about that too, getting some people in the city on it or something like that. I think, yeah, a remix to F Ice would be dope. I don't know how many people would be willing to even do that, but yeah, that would be fire for sure, for sure. I appreciate you, bro. And I got new stuff coming too. Trust me, sooner than later. Shout out to everybody though. I appreciate everybody that's in the building. You feel me? Get Bill on the remix. Low key. Shout out to Just Dante. Big Heck in the building. G&B in the building. I'm not surprised because they leave out Jodeci Freestyle as part of how it all started. Hey, man. They always do. They play selective with the information. But I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna stay for like 2 more minutes, and then we're gonna get this shit started. Yo, produced by Prod by Pat. What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? We're gonna give people like 2 more minutes and we're gonna get this shit going. I'm excited. I'm excited to watch. Matt Green, what up? Jalopy, good look on part 3. Appreciate you. I'm glad y'all enjoying it so much. The watch time in that video was crazy. I'm glad y'all enjoying it, bro. Real talk. Real talk. Glad y'all enjoying it for real. I ain't gonna lie. New freestyles and all that on the way too. A lot coming. For all my sports heads, sports podcast is in production right now. We about to shoot episode 4 tonight, right after this live. So for all my sports head getting ready for the NBA playoffs, expect you're going to be spending a lot of that time with me. You feel me? Hey, shout out to, how do I say that? Tro Wisconsin. I appreciate you for the 10. That's love with the heart. And I love pit bulls too. That's my favorite. Pit bulls definitely my favorite. Love pit bulls. Love pit bulls. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. How I get on your Patreon? You know what? I'll just put the Patreon link down right now. Hold on. I'm gonna put this Patreon link down and we're just gonna get started, bro. I'm excited to watch this. I'm excited to see how Camron handled this. If he was keeping it real, or he was on some other shit. I'm definitely excited. I'm excited, bro. You know what I mean? Here go to Patreon right here. Here go to Patreon right here for anybody that want to get in there. $5 membership. But let's get it started, bro. I think we good. I think we good. Finish this ice cream. Man, Jalabi, you were in for something. Oh my God. Let's get it started, man. We don't got no more time to waste. Let's get it popping. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Let's get it popping, bro. Let's see what they talking about. This shit lagging?
Yeah, my girl can't be a stylist neither. When she's fixing somebody's collar, I don't know what may happen next time she... What's up, man?
I'm just saying, like, a lawsuit, bro? Lawyers?
You know, it wasn't like that.
I'm just saying, bro, you got niggas like...
Come here, give me a hug, man.
All right, man. That's what I was waiting on, man. Thank you, man.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Talk with Flea. Now, look, I got a real special guest today. An introduction is, I would have to have a scroll, an old school scroll for an introduction of my guest today. And I know a lot of people thought that this interview probably wouldn't happen, or we wouldn't be speaking, or we wouldn't even be in the same room. But today, I have a good friend of mine who stopped by to talk with Flea, my man, J.Cole. What's good, bro?
Ooh, what's up, bro?
Yo,
how you feeling, man?
Thank you so much for coming, man. Thank you so much for coming. So let's just get the elephant out the room. So, right, because your fans is on me. they on my ass.
Your fans probably on me.
They on my ass, right? So, a couple months ago, I put a lawsuit out. I never talked about it, never said anything about it.
Come on, guys, eat your food. Let's go. I want to taste your banana pudding. You taste my banana pudding.
And the reason I did it is because I just felt like, damn, when he called me to do something, he kept kind of brushing me off when I asked for a favor. And then I kind of scrolled down and looked at when the first time I asked you to do something, the shit said 2022. And I was like, hold up, man. So yeah, it gave me time to do something, time to do something. And then we actually talked, and I appreciated our conversation, because you like, yo, if you feel a way, just say something. But this is my process, Cam, that when I write a rhyme, I'm trying to have the best rhyme I'm doing. When I do an interview, it's because I have something to promote.
Right.
So I was just basically going off what you told me.
Right.
And I'm like, this is kind of a long time from what you told me.
Fact.
So let me ask you this. When you first seen the lawsuit, Because I never talked about it. Never talked about it.
Right.
What was your emotion when you see
Yo,
that?
I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I was like hurt, almost disappointed, like, cause I got so much respect for you, you know what I mean? And I look at you like I know you are as a stand-up person, you know what I mean? And so in my mind, I was like, nah, Cam, not you, like, because even when you said like I was brushing you off, it's like you got to clarify for them what was happening was Cam did 2 things for me, and he did them bitches quick.
Mm-hmm.
When I wanted you on the 95 South intro, what you need? Boom, boom, I got you. I fuck with you. I don't even fuck with a lot of niggas. I fuck with you. Boom, boom, man, I appreciate that shit. Then when in the studio when we did I'm Ready, we remade I'm Ready. I'm like, yo, we gotta get Cam on this. This shit'll be legendary. When I hit you for that, nigga came through damn near immediately. Like we just happened to be in New York same time. Verse in 15 minutes. You did not tell a lie when you said that. Nigga knocked the verse out. I just went to the bathroom, damn near. You know what I mean? I walked in the other studio, hollered at niggas. My engineer came in like, yo. You said what?
Corday was there.
Corday was he was there that day?
Yeah, he was there that day.
That's right.
Shout out to Corday too.
Yes. Shout out to Corday. So so you did that shit quick as fuck. So mind you, as soon as you do the verse, in my mind, I'm like, I say, Cam, yo, let me get your lawyer info. Let me get your manager info.
Real quick to tap it. When I did my verse so quick, it's like, you know, because I've been in the game a little longer than you, but it seemed like you was verifying, like you listened to it, not saying you fuck with it, but you was like, nah, I ain't do this quick. It's almost like you study my shit. That's why I'm saying I understand where you come from being a lyricist. I remember you sitting there like, nah, this shit is all right.
You know why? Because I'm listening. When I go back and I listen, and it's almost a weird place for me because it's like, yo, you can. So but I still when I'm listening. It's your
project though.
There you go. So I'm listening almost afraid, like
you don't want to tell me.
I don't want to have to tell Cam like, yo, Cam, did you reapproach? So if I'm listening like that, it's really
but I would respect that.
Then I'm hearing, I'm like, nah, this nigga went crazy. Like that's you smoked it. So you know when you was leaving. You so cool, nigga smoking a black and mild on the couch. You know what I mean? Nigga knock his verse out. And then when you leave and I say, yo, Cam, like, let me get your lawyer info, you know what I mean? Or whoever, so I can get you paid. I'm on that early. Mind you, we did this song a long time ago. You like, nah, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, nah, Cam, not like, please. Like, you know what I mean? You like,
absolutely.
Nah, trust me,
This is
don't
true.
worry about it. So in my mind, my not for you, but in general, my spidey senses will normally go up. Because in my mind, I'm like, I don't want nobody thinking I owe them a favor. But I'm like, it's Cam. Like one, I do Cam a favor anyways. I pay him and still do whatever the favor is. You know what I mean? So it's like, this shit would never get weird in my mind. I'm like, cool, he insists. I ain't going, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to trip. Years go by. The song, remember I told you the song was probably going to come out in like a few months or something. But my process is like, clearly it took me 10 years on this album. So my process is so much that it's like that song didn't drop till 2 years later, a year and a half, whatever it was. So the song dropped, boom, boom. I give you very short notice that the song is going to drop. You know what I mean? But I'm like, yo, you still cool with us putting this out? You're like, cool, no problem. Boom, boom, boom. So when it's time to do the paperwork, now I've learned my lesson. You also taught me a good lesson. And I do appreciate that. Because industry standard is like, if somebody do a verse for you or they produce for you, how we move, we so last minute. And in the game, it's like standard to be like, we'll work it out after. Because everybody moves like understanding industry standard. Like, okay, he might ask for 20% when normally it's 15, no problem. But he ain't gonna come and ask for 70%. Like, so we'll handle it after, boom, boom. So the lawyer came back on our side, I don't know, a month later after they trying to figure the paperwork out. After Might Delete Later drop. They're like, yo, did you tell Cam you'll do a swap for an interview, boom, boom? I was like, no. First, no. I told him I'd do an interview and I will.
Hey, I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, so y'all understand, I'm not gonna force no commentary. Like when I actually have something to say, I'm gonna just say it. But I don't have nothing to say right now. So we're gonna be watching this like I would be watching it by myself. And when I have something to say, I'm gonna say it. So
I still got a plan to do an interview for him. But I ain't say it was a swap. Like it wasn't a swap, it wasn't a verse for an interview. Like I'm gonna go do Cam, but it's not based on the verse, right?
Got you.
So they come back with some crazy number, like, all right, he want 300,000, some number where I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm like, all right, shit is going on. And then right after that was the Kendrick and Drake shit. So much shit has happened in my life. That's not necessarily a priority for me. Meanwhile, you hitting me around that same time, like, yo, bro, is it, you know, like what you think about doing an interview? I'm like, Cam, I would love to do an interview. You know I fuck with your platform.
Right.
I would love to do an interview with
Right.
you. Let me get this album out.
Right.
Now, here's where I fucked up. And if I go back, I'll start doing shit differently.
Right.
Like, I was telling you when I thought I'd be done with the album.
Right.
So I'd be like, you know, if at this time it's April or May, I'd be like, you'd be like, cool, just let me know I'm starting this thing, this new, you hadn't even started this yet.
Right.
I damn near maybe was gonna be your first guest or some shit.
And that's exactly what it was gonna be.
There you go.
Absolutely.
There you go. So what I was telling you was, man, I think I had this shit done by September. And I mind you, when I'm saying that, I'm confident in it too, damn near.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, I should be done by September. I've done this before.
Right.
But I ain't know that I had to get, I had to get my head right. I had to get my energy right. And it took me a lot of elements, made it so that by the time September crept up, I had you on my mind the whole summer.
Right.
I'm like, fuck, I told Cam September I'll probably be done. I'm knowing, and this nigga, yo, you don't play about your business, and I really respect
I ain't gonna lie. I kind of see, I get it though, because, you know, sometimes you might think like, all right, you know, for example, I'm supposed to have been had a verse done or a situation done with Diamond Dozen, right? Me and Diamond Dozen been supposed to do a verse and do some shit together, but should be happening. Should be coming up. Engineer go out of town. Engineer have a situation with his family, and you know what I mean. Like you never really know what's gonna happen. So I understand why it make more sense to not really tell somebody exact like when you gonna do something unless you know exactly when it's gonna happen. You feel what I'm saying? So I see where J. Cole coming from that perspective.
I appreciate it.
September 1st at motherfucking 9 a.m. This nigga Cam was on my line like, hey, what's up, bro? Like that's why it's like I see how you built such a successful business.
I appreciate that.
Every time I gave you a date,
right.
I don't know if you got a assistant.
Years is crazy though. Yeah, multiple years, extremely crazy. Extremely crazy.
A schedule, if that shit is up here,
right.
Every time I gave you a date, you was on me on that date. Right. So the first time you hit me September, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta tell Cam it's not September.
Right.
Cam, it's not September, boom, boom. Like,
right.
I'm not there yet, boom, boom. I think it'll be realistically March or whatever I say, right? I give you another date.
Right.
Everything's cool. You cool about it. You're not tripping at all. You like, cool, just let me know, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
You double back around March. Yeah. Or whenever the next thing is.
Whenever you told me to hit you back, I was
every time you double back, but the next time you double back, I also wasn't ready.
Right.
And mind you, the whole time, you don't know this, but I was telling you the other day, it's like, every time I had you on my mind, like, fuck, like I'm behind schedule.
Right.
But somewhere in my thoughts, I'm thinking about you because I'm like, yo, I told Cam I'll be done by such and such.
Just real quick, right? Me being on your mind is pause.
Yeah, that's a pause.
Let's just.
That's my first part.
Because you said it like 3 times. I'm gonna let it slide, but like, I won't be on your mind that much, man. So I just want to get that out the way real quick. But go ahead, my bad. I don't want to interrupt the story. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. So we're in March.
Now we in March, or wherever we at.
Yeah,
whatever the date is. Now you follow up again.
Right.
Now I got to hit you with the news again. Right. And I think this time is when you hit me. I could feel. No, this time when you hit me, I damn near didn't even want to text you because I'm like, I can't text him the same thing I text him. Let me call him.
Right.
So this is when I called you. Right. I don't know if you remember this, but I called you. I'm like, yo, let me just call him. And when I called you and we got on the phone and I hit you now verbally with the same thing I hit you with on text, I felt the Harlem come out damn near.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where you was like, yo, I understand what you're saying, but like, let me tell you how I'm feeling. Like when you asked me to do something, I showed right up and I did it and I knocked it out. Now when I'm asking you to do something, it's like you gotta. Now it's all of this time and boom, boom. It's like, yo, I'm not understanding. Which I felt your energy. I had to go, whoa, Cam. Right. Like I feel like, you know, I'm sensing your energy and I'm realizing like we don't even really know each other like that.
Yeah.
We don't, I respect you. I got a lot of love
Likewise,
for you. And I'm assuming you respect me, got a lot of love, but we don't really know each other. So I feel like you may think that I'm trying to give you the run around or play with you or boom, boom, boom. And it's not like that. Nigga, if you only knew how many people that you know, are I've maybe done the same thing to, and it's not, and that's when I explained to you, like, yo, I don't move like that. Like, I'm not just jumping out to do an interview for it's like, yo, I want to talk about the music and anything else that comes around the music, cool. But it's like, I don't have nothing, especially at that time. If I jump on an interview, what do niggas want to hear about at that time? It's like, man, no.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. All of this shit sound good, but 4 years? 4 years is crazy no matter what. I know I'm not in the industry and all that, 4 years? Like, I get it, like, you know what I'm saying, a few months, a year, you know what I mean, something like that. You getting busy, blah, blah. Niggas got families, niggas got homies, and niggas got shit they trying to build. You know what I'm saying? Even on a micro level, you feel me? I got mentorship going on. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff that people be doing behind the scenes, especially if you're trying to build something. So I understand that. But goddamn, 4 years is crazy. 4 years is crazy, bruh. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know how much happens within 4 years? A lot of things happen within 4 years, bruh. Real talk. Like, I don't know about 4 years, bruh. 4 years is wild.
My mind is on trying to finish this shit I've been working on for so long. I explained that to you. You said, cool. You know, the conversation was great. You know what I mean? We had a real conversation. And then I gave you another date.
Right.
And this last date I gave you was probably like.
Ally Spending Account is a checking account that helps you spend smarter on what you need, so you can treat yourself to the things you absolutely love. That's why we're the bank that's your ally.
June of last year or whenever it was.
Right.
And I remember because we started mixing the album for real.
Right.
A little around the time after I talked to you. We started mixing in tape.
Right.
We never mixed in tape before. We mixed in tape because, you know, we was listening to a lot of Mobb Deep along the way.
I was about to say you took it back to reels.
Yes, we took it to reels and tape and like mixing on the board. And we mixed on the board before, but we ain't never hit tape.
Right.
And Q-Tip was in the studio one time with me. And I had to ask him like, yo, bro, like, what was y'all doing on Mobb Deep?
Yeah.
What was y'all doing? And he was just telling me, yeah, we was hitting tape. We fucked around with tape in the past, but never like this. When he said that, shout out to Q-Tip, because he changed our whole perspective.
Right.
Then I realized now we got to learn, but then we have to learn how to use tape.
Right.
And I'm realizing this shit is hard. And I ain't even having, now I got to get another tape machine because I realized one wasn't enough.
Yo, my nigga, like, goddamn. Yo, like, this nigga is saying a lot of stuff. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I get trying to break it down. I really do. And you know what? I'm not even going to get too crazy on Cole for that because I got a lot of friends who are yappers. You feel what I'm saying? They be yapping crazy. But this feels like yap mixed with like some bullshit. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So now me and my engineer and my team, we trying to learn something new on the fly. So what would have normally took 2-3 months for us to mix on Pro Tools is now taking us dumb long. Like, so by the time June comes and you hit me.
First 2 albums are on tape. Right.
There you go. So you know niggas carrying the whole reels to the thing.
Exactly.
You probably gotta wait mad long for them to pull up the mix.
Yeah.
Like that's how it is. Every time people don't not understand it, but you understand, which is like when you mix, if I mix on Pro Tools right now, if I got a Cam song that I did and it's mixed on Pro Tools, I could pull that shit up in 0.3 seconds. The whole mix, everything. It might take 10 seconds because it's some plugins and shit.
Right.
When you got tape, every time we switch a song, you gotta fucking send every track to the board. The board gotta go to, or some shit, the board gotta go to tape. All of these tracks on the tape, you gotta send it back to the board. You gotta get the board dialed in by hand, exactly how you had it last time, just to make a change.
Right.
So now by the time you hitting me in June on this last time, now I get, and this is where I understand and I get it.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie. I got friends, right? And I love them. And I promise I love them. I promise I love them. But I got friends who be yapping just like this. Like, keep saying the same thing 100 times within the span of explaining something. And I don't be mad at them. I don't get, but J.Cole just seemed like one of those niggas. Like, if you get in the conversation with J.Cole, like, you know for a fact, like, damn, when am I gonna be able to like get in? Like, you know what I'm saying? What am I gonna be able to get something in on this conversation? Like this, like, can I say something too, nigga? Like, and I ain't gonna lie, I be yapping too, but it's levels to yapping. Like, J. Cole seemed like he got like a diamond badge in yapping, bro. Like, this is crazy.
Right.
You hit me again. And you like, hey, bro, like, you know, what's good? I'm checking back in June 1st, like you told me or whatever. Like, like what's good?
Right.
And now I got to hit you with the heartbreaking text for me. Because I'm like, fuck, I don't want to tell this nigga. And what I tried to do on this last text with you was to say, like, Cam, let's not do it like this no more. Right. Let me just tell you, this album is coming out, but let me just hit you. You the first person I'm coming to see. Everybody on my team been knew that.
Right.
So let me just hit you as soon as I'm done for real,
right.
And then you the first person I'm coming to see. Right. Your text back was like, yo, respectfully, like you've been telling me for a long time you was gonna do this. So like, if you can't make it happen in the next 2-3 weeks, like, yo, let's not even worry about it. And I was like, yo, I definitely can't do the next 2-3 weeks. And you was like, cool. So then this the other last part. I know it's a long story.
No. Take your time. I'm glad you so in depth.
Yes. Okay, look. So J.Cole is aware that he's a certified yapper because that's another thing. When niggas get to yapping, it's like, yo, like my fault if I'm taking too long. Like, well, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a yapper, but I feel like I'm like a tier 1. I'm like a tier 5 yapper. You feel what I'm saying? I be yapping, but like I said, it's levels. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm very aware of when I'm yapping I'm yapping too much. You feel what I'm saying? But I feel like the higher you go in the yap tier, the longer you go before you tell the person listening to you, like, hey, my fault if I'm yapping for too long. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's what I ain't gonna lie.
Listen, J. Cole fan. I'm one of the J. Cole fans.
I appreciate it.
Cam, you're lying. Cole, don't do this.
Yeah.
And it's nothing personal. It's nothing. But this is just his process. So I'm glad you're being this detailed about it.
For sure.
For me.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, no doubt.
Yeah.
So now, and mind you, even when you sent me that text, this the crazy part. Even when you sent me that text, like, yo, don't even worry about it. In my mind, I know, oh, Cam fed up with me. But Cam don't know my plan is to still, you didn't know this, but he knew and everybody on my team knew, like, Cam, like, he kind of done with me, but he don't know as soon as my album drop, I'm still coming to see him first. Because I told him I'd come to his show. You know what I mean? Like, so that was still my plan.
Right.
So the last wild thing that happened to me, to answer your original question, which was how did I feel?
Come on, guys. Eat your food. Let's go. I want to taste your banana pudding. You taste my banana pudding. It's on.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie. That's the second time they done ran that same ad. Oh my goodness.
About a month before I'm not even gonna say this, around like August, September, or whatever the date was in the fall, I got a random text from you. And it was like some like DocuSign thing that you was telling somebody like yo, I think you sent the wrong one or something like that. I'm thinking somebody hacked your phone.
I remember.
I'm thinking somebody, because you know people be playing on phones and trying to hack.
Right.
So I'm like, yo, bro, you good? I hit you damn near back in at least 10, 15 minutes. Like, yo, you good? And then you was like, oh, no, my fault. Wrong text, like wrong person. I'm like, all right, hope you good. And then you hit me like, yo, everything good. So in my mind, I'm like, you know, we still good. And I still got plans in my mind to hit you. So then a month later or 3 weeks later, when the lawsuit come out, I'm like, come on, Cam. And only because it was like, in my mind, I'm like, bro, you really could have hit me. Like, although it was taking a long time, I don't give a fuck if you would have called.
Hold on, man. I'm gonna let him finish before I say what I'm about to say.
Me and been like, yo, nigga, what the like you could have
premium. Y'all saying getting YouTube premium? Hold on. I might fuck around this dude right now for real. Cause I can't get ads every 3 minutes. Especially when we done went through 3 ads and this nigga is still saying this shit right now. It's like, come on, bro. Hold on, give me a second, y'all. Let me get YouTube Premium real quick. We done went through 3 motherfucking ads. All right. 1 second. Hold on. You're going to love it. I'm not going to lie. When I'm by myself, I really don't mind ads that much. Like that's just me being honest with you. Like, I really don't mind ads that much. But, you know what I'm saying? I feel like there's an abnormal amount of ads on this video. Like, we've seen like 3 different ads on this video already. And it's only been like, what? 19 minutes? All right. It's a shame that we had to pay for a feature that used to be free, ad blocking, but it is what it is. Nah, man, I ain't gonna lie. They making niggas pay for literally anything. It's gonna come to a point where we gonna have to pay for fucking breathing in a second, bro. I swear. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hold on. All right, here we go. Reactivate. All right. Okay, we should be good now. Yes, sir. All right, let's get it. I'm turning this shit off as soon as we get out of here. Let's get it, man.
I'm thinking somebody hacked your phone.
I remember.
I'm thinking somebody, because you know people be playing on phones and trying to hack.
Right.
So I'm like, yo, bro, you good? I hit you damn near back in at least 10, 15 minutes. Like, yo, you good? And then you was like, oh, no, my fault. Wrong text. Like, wrong person. I'm like, all right, hope you good.
Yeah,
and then you hit me like, yo, everything good. Yeah. So in my mind, I'm like, you know, we still good. And I still got plans in my mind to hit you. So then a month later or 3 weeks later, when the lawsuit come out, I'm like, come on, Cam. And only because
ain't no way I rewinded it so this nigga can hold on. Hell nah.
You know what I mean? Like within the lawsuit itself, and you know the internet running with it. People hit me like, "Yo, what's going on with the Cam shit?" Boom, boom. So like I was still gonna come to his show.
Right.
Like my first gut reaction, like, damn, and it's like misinformation. You know what I mean? Like within the lawsuit itself. And you know the internet running with it. People hit me like, "Yo, what's going on with the Cam shit?" Boom, boom. So like my ego reaction is like, all right. Quietly, I'm like, man, fuck this nigga. Boom, boom.
Right.
But quickly, I'm like, but nah. Like,
hey Cam, you gonna let this nigga tell you that your lawsuit had misinformation? I'm just curious.
I get it though. Let me put myself in his shoes. Like, yo, the nigga feel like he was getting a runaround. Right. You know what I mean? He don't know you for real. He don't know your heart for real. Right. He think you trying to play. And Cam mind is probably like, I seen this movie before. Right. You don't fuck with me. You don't want to do the favor. You trying to drag me out until I don't want to do it no more. Right. All right, nigga, bet. And I got one in the chamber. I never signed that paperwork for that fucking for that verse. So here you go, boom, just to like hit me in the rib. You know what I mean? And it's like, all right, cool. Like, and even when I took that and understood that and accepted that, I still said in my mind, I was like, yo, I'm going to still go see Cam.
And that's what you called and said. You said, regardless if you still want to sue me or anything else, I'm still, and which of course, it was never going to go nowhere. But for me, it was more like, I need to get this nigga attention because I'm not going to call on bark on you. We had a cool relationship. We never.
I ain't gonna lie. I think this the first time this nigga started talking since the intro.
In there, it ain't like we've been to club together. We don't know each other to scream and yell at each other, no shit like that. So I just took it more of like, to me, when I looked at it and I looked at the time, like, and you did a great job explaining.
Yeah.
I just looked at the years because it was turning into years.
Facts.
And I'm like, yo, and you made a great point too. You didn't look at it as a swap. And we come from two different, I'm a little before you. So the way I used to look at it, or not niggas in my generation, to be like, yo, I did this for you. I need you to do this for me.
Right.
That's how I looked at it, even though you're explaining that's how you never looked at it because you offered to pay me. I'm not charging you. I tell niggas no all the time. I don't like niggas. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like a lot of people, especially rappers. I don't even like, you're great lyricists. Like I said,
you,
like not just for your generation, period. So I'm like, let me get a verse. Cam and take me to, matter of fact, fuck the verse. Let me get the interview, yo. Pardon me. And then that's when all that shit came out at the same time. So more of the story is I get it. And thank you for being here, bro. And
thank you for having me.
That shit was never going to go nowhere as far as the lawsuit anyway. It's just like, I need to get this nigga attention. Because I did feel like I did a couple things for you like that. Because I respect your craft and what you do.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So
and I appreciate you.
I'm glad we here, man.
Me too, man.
I'm glad we here, bro. And like I said, that shit wasn't never about now. It was more like, yo, bro, I did this shit for the nigga. But at the end of the day, your process, like you explained to me, is your process. Let's get on to some better shit.
Thank God.
How did you, what's the process?
Damn, this was the days when having a deal mattered. mattered, right? Like this was still I'm the last one of that generation. Me, Kendrick, Drake, we the last ones that matter.
Absolutely.
You get a nice nigga like Cam or a nice nigga like Mace, you get them a deal in a situation.
Absolutely matter.
They have a shot.
Right.
Nowadays, it's like, bro, if you just do the right online campaign, you can blow without the labels. But I'm the last generation of that. So I moved to New York. I went to St. John's to be around the music industry. I'm from Fayetteville. Ain't no music industry there.
Right.
Two dudes, is a group, my mentors, they call Bomb Shelter. Like they like almost. They were so fucking good.
Before we get into another gap session, I just want to let y'all know. Y'all do know I stopped smoking weed, right?
Like that,
you feel me? I'm about 3 months
in Fayetteville.
Got you.
And I peeped like, oh, they didn't make it, not because they wasn't good enough, but because they wasn't around.
Right.
Back then, you had to be around. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go to school in New York to be around it. So after
Bruh, what the fuck, man? I don't know what that was. The YouTube still up? Like, bruh, I got kicked out of StreamYard. And couldn't get back in StreamYard. The fuck was that? Anyway, okay. Damn, bro. I don't know what that was. Hella people did too. It's all good though. So like I was saying, y'all know I stopped smoking weed. So actually what I've been doing now is I've been going to this place called Stardust and Sage in my city, right? And it's natural. They sell natural herbs there. You feel what I'm saying? They sell natural herbs that you can smoke that actually don't have like, they don't have any euphoric, there's no euphoric feelings or nothing like that. Like, it's just like, sometimes you might smoke. Like what I got right now, it's like called spearmint, peppermint, right? And it really, like, this is for like mental clarity, focus, stuff like that. But you don't get the euphoric feelings. I'm not gonna lie. What I learned is it wasn't even the weed, bro. It was the hand to mouth fixation. Because now I don't even have no urges to smoke weed. I don't even really get high off of this. So I don't get no high. But it's still like I feel satisfied. And I think it's because not only when I smoke this, it feel like I'm eating a peppermint or it feel like I'm chewing like some spearmint gum or something. But I also don't get the fog. I don't get like the sleepiness, none of that extra shit that come with the weed. So I don't know. Just throwing that out there for anybody that want to stop smoking, but want to try, maybe got to find something else to do. Smoke natural herbs. You know what I'm saying? Like blue lotus, like natural flower that for specific things that you're looking for. You know what I mean? So Yeah, just want to throw that out there. Let's get it.
Nephew.
Okay.
But he not like a nepotism nephew. He damn near his uncle, he ain't get it off the strength of his uncle.
Right.
You know what I mean? If anything, his uncle might have made it harder for him, you know,
Right.
from what I understand. And he had to get it on his own. And he heard I had a song called School Days. And he heard this shit on my MySpace. It's a long story, but like, he ended up connecting me with Kirk Lightburn, a dude that's like really tight with Mark Pitts.
Right.
So Mark Pitts, it heard.
Shout out to Mark.
Shout out to Mark Pitts, Gucci the Don. It's like he heard Lights Please, the song I got called Lights Please, and he saw the vision. Right. And he brought me in. And eventually he ended up taking it to Jay.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And Jay like heard it. Mind you, this is a year after I waited outside.
Right.
It was a baseline to Rock the Mic for Jay trying to pass him a beat CD.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he ain't take the shit. He like kind of dubbed me.
Right.
And it taught me a lesson like, nigga, you ain't gonna get it like that. You know, that's not how you want to get it.
Right.
And a year later, via Mark Pitts, you know what I mean? Mark had the vision to take me to Jay, and Jay heard it, saw the vision, and signed me.
Right. Is there anybody before Jay that you seen that celebrity-wise the man shut you down, or your mom was just strictly get the Roc Nation or Jay-Z or whatever?
You know what? Roc Nation didn't exist at that time, but me standing outside for Jay, it wasn't me trying to get
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm not even trying to get on Cam because I'm really not. But like, nigga, why is he so like he's like barely even playing the part in this interview? Like it's like we pulled up to see a J.Cole Yap session. Like where's the interview aspect of this? I do like the question though. How did you get your first deal and shit? But it's like, I don't know, man. We're not getting the usual charisma or energy that we get from Cam. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know.
I'll make beats too. So it's like, in my mind, I'm like, damn, I seen Kanye like got in with the producing shit first.
Right.
Maybe that's an end for me. And the news had dropped that Jay was working on American Gangster.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But the article was saying he wasn't necessarily done. Like, so in my mind, I'm like, I'm ambitious. You know what I mean? I believe in myself. So I'm like, I was at work. I'm like, yo, as soon as I got home, I made 2 beats, threw a hook on one, put 7 other beats on the CD. I put the American Gangster cover on it. Like I slid that shit in the CD book. Over my volume 3. I had a volume 3 or volume 2. So I took the cover out, put his American Gangster cover in, black and white, little printed version, and stood outside trying to get him a beat CD with a hook on it, thinking if he in my mind, he was going to go upstairs, put the CD in, hear it, go get that young kid from outside, you know what I mean? So I thought that, I wasn't even thinking about it signing to Jay-Z. I was just thinking like, oh, maybe I can get my beats off, you know what I mean, and get on like that. I only thought about signing a Def Jam or to a label. I never thought about a Jay-Z or something like that, but it worked out for me.
But that's what I'm saying. Was it nobody ever said, fuck out of here? Did you see anybody else celebrity-wise that you may have tried to get on to, but that was just your focus?
Nah. I will say, no, nobody ever shitted on me or dubbed me.
Right.
But I do know that at one point in time, 50, I think Shy Money and shout to G-Unit Hove. From Queens, they was trying to put, I think, 50 onto my shit. You know what I mean? This is around the time, right before when I was knowing Mark, before Jay had heard my shit, and I think they played my shit for 50. And what I was told his response was like, mind you, I had like I had this song called Lost Ones. I had Lights Please. I had Simba. I had hard shit too, like where you could tell I could really rap.
Right.
And I think 50 reaction from what I heard was, can't sign this nigga, his jeans too tight.
Are you going on?
You know what's funny? I was on Twitter and I literally seen 50 Cent tweet. Like he was like, I ain't know. He was like, how was I supposed to know it worked out? This nigga was in denim G or some shit like that. He just roasted J.Cole. So that's funny.
The image, right?
Right. I mean, I get it too, because I mean, guess what? That shit wouldn't have made no sense, me going to G-Unit, you know what I mean? But shout to Shy Money, you know what I mean, and Hove who seen the vision.
Right.
You know what I mean?
How was that? How was your experience working with Hove or getting the Roc Nation, being like the first artist over there? What was that like for you?
Come on, guys.
Ain't no way.
Let's go. I want to take your banana.
Hell nah. Oh, hell nah. Them niggas took my money and still gave me an ad. Oh, hell nah. Look. Refresh. Oh, okay, yeah. Hell, I'm finna say. I'm about to call YouTube right now. Where we at? 2313? All right, let's refresh. I'm finna say, nigga, y'all
He's
niggas
too
tripping.
tight.
Hell no. Matter of fact, that should take $7 off my subscription. To still give me an ad, that should be $7 off my subscription. Real talk. For every second of that ad should be 27 cents off my subscription.
Are you going off the image, right?
Right. I mean, I get it too, because I mean, guess what? That shit wouldn't have made no sense, me going to G Unit, you know what I mean? But shout to Shy Money, you know what I mean, and Hove, who seen the vision.
Right.
You know what I mean?
How was that? How was your experience working with Hove or getting the Roc Nation, being like the first artist over there?
Mm-hmm.
What was that like for you?
I like
honestly,
this
bro, I think by that time, I missed the heyday that you got to experience.
Right.
You know what I mean, y'all damn near missed it.
Yeah, we caught the tail end of it.
Tail end. Y'all caught when that nigga was probably on his way out. Like, man, y'all niggas have it. Like, I missed the era when it was actually like a real squad and like a real label based off of like a rap energy. So when I caught it, it was straight. I think I caught him on straight CEO mode, where it's just like, all right, look, I'm gonna sign this artist. I'm gonna spend X amount of money on him.
Right.
I'm gonna give him some time in my office to have a couple pep talks with him. But like, nigga, you gotta go. It's sink or swim. Right. You know what I mean? Like, for the most part, I don't think he had the care, and I understand it at this point, to necessarily be like,
wait, what? Wait. So did he sign the whole, like, hoping that it was gonna be like a group type of? Because that, I'm trying to figure out, what did he mean by that? Do he mean like, oh, I missed the heyday, as in it didn't feel like this big conglomerate that Jay-Z was a part of? Is that what he's saying? Because I'm like, nigga, he's the label owner. Of course he's in CEO mode. What does he mean by that? I don't get that. The energy? Oh, okay. He's talking about the energy, the whole vibe. He thought it was gonna be like Roc Nation. Oh, okay. I see what he's saying.
Tail end of it.
Tail end. Y'all caught when that nigga was probably on his way out. Like, man, y'all niggas have it. Like, I missed the era when it was actually like a real squad and like a real label based off of like a rap energy. So when I caught it was straight. I think I caught him on straight CEO mode, where it's just like, all right, look, I'm gonna sign this artist. I'm gonna spend X amount of money on him. Right. I'm gonna give him some time in my office to have a couple pep talks with him. But like, nigga, you gotta go. It's sink or swim. Right. You know what I mean? Like, for the most part, I don't think he had the care, and I understand it at this point, to necessarily.
Right. That's what I'm hearing. It definitely felt like he wanted like Jay-Z to kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm linked up with Jay. Like, Jay-Z kind of have his arm around his shoulder. He's talking about how TDE run. Right. That's what it seemed like. It seemed like he kind of wanted, but I mean, that'd be different. TDE, they actually quite literally came up together. So you feel what I'm saying? That's different. Them niggas was in the crib together making this happen. Those rappers, Ab-Soul, J-Rock, Schoolboy, Kendrick, they helped build what TDE is. And they was getting mentored by the people who built TDE. So that's way different than just pulling up to something that, you know what I'm saying, just pulling up. And you know, that's completely different. So if that's what he, you know what I mean? Maybe a lot of artists felt like that, actually. Maybe a lot of artists wanted that kind of energy that TDE had. But that's what made TDE so rare. And that's why they circle so tight. And that's why it's so hard to create friction between them niggas. Because they built this shit together.
A couple pep talks with him, but like, nigga, you gotta go. It's sink or swim. Right. You know what I mean? Like, for the most part, I don't think he had the care, and I understand it at this point, to necessarily be like, you know, having his arm around me or coaching me up, which I appreciate, because, you know, I prefer the way I got it, which was like on my own for the most part. Other than, of course, just the affiliation with him alone, life changing. Let alone the investment from his company. Right. You know what I mean? Like so but other than that, trying to navigate the waters of how to blow and when to release or how to do it and bumping my head, that shit was like on me and on Eve and like on us.
Is that part of the reason that you said maybe I don't need to be here after a while and take your own thing to Interscope?
Okay, that's interesting too, because maybe he's come around to a different perspective, because he got a lot of songs shooting at Roc Nation, shooting at Jay-Z, you know, all this different stuff, calling it like you feel me? So I'm curious as to what made him kind of switch his tone. But who knows?
Why didn't leave Roc Nation and go to Interscope?
Now, first, I went to Interscope with them.
Okay.
Because they had a deal with Columbia.
Right.
And then they deal with Sony was up. So they took me to the Universal on my last, on my last couple albums.
Right.
Then we converted it with Roc Nation from a record deal to like a distribution deal with them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And when that ran out, it's like, yo, we worked something else out. I think they got what they needed up out of me. I got what I needed up out of them. And it's like, it's
Right. So when you get in the game, you come from Fayetteville, you're in New York. Now you're in the game and you're getting this people loving you from the beginning. Is it what you expected when you first got in, knowing that people from your town didn't make it? You're getting this success because people gravitated to you really quickly. And it seems like you're more, once you, like now to me, just how I look at it, and I could be totally wrong, like I'm gonna pop out when I wanna pop out and get my music out, and then I'm gonna go live my life, my family. Because there's plenty of times I call you and you'll be like, yo, I'm in Africa.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm doing what I do. Yeah. So it's like the music industry at this time, I'm talking about when you first get in, are you excited? Is it what you expected, or you just want to do what you had to do and move on?
Nah, I feel like, I think I always had a long-term plan when I was young, to get it and then go back home.
Right.
But I ain't gonna lie, like, nah, I didn't have expectations. That shit was a slow grind.
Right.
Like, you look at somebody like Drake, it's like the rise was meteoric.
Okay.
Like 50.
Okay.
It was like 50 had a mixtape run, but once it popped, it was like, oh shit, my shit never did this. My shit was always this, which I feel grateful for, because it's like, yo, God blessed me with the opportunity to adjust as it grew.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I remember going to Miami because first of all, I come from a squad of friends that like we like party hard niggas. Like, you know, I spent my first parties was the skating rink, and I made sure I was religiously there from 7 years old, Friday night, Saturday night. Mom, I'm going to the skating rink. I used to walk up there. That was my first job. Right. My hangout spot when I was 11, 12. Right. And then that turned into the teen clubs as a teenager. Then that turned into the college parties. Right. I went to college. And then once we was out of college and broke, we still trying to find a way to get into the club free before 11 or boom, boom, boom. So I say all that to say, we used to go to Miami, even just as college kids, like spring break, you know what I mean? You know how that go. And I remember the first time we went to Miami, and it was like, I think maybe the warm-up had just dropped or was about to drop, or maybe the news had just dropped about, you know, I signed to Roc Nation or whatever. And I remember like 2 people noticed me or something. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I was like, oh, we look at, Eve looking at each other like, oh shit. Like, yo, like somebody randomly come up to you like, yo, you J.Cole? It was like, oh shit. And then the next year, it was like, okay, maybe the warm-up was out, you know what I mean? And like I had a little bit more motion. And maybe it was like now 500 people recognize you. And then that next year it was like, oh, I couldn't even go out there no more. Like, got you. You know what I mean? So, but I had a good time to like adjust. And I ain't had no expectations, but I did enjoy the process of it. You know what I mean? And I wasn't thinking like, man, let me hurry up and get this shit over with. If anything, I was enjoying that shit a little too much. You know what I mean? Like it might have threw off some of my discipline.
Got you. So people know you play basketball as well. Like you're about to go play basketball when China, you told me? Yeah, like
on some random
you told me,
shit,
call me, I'm playing professional ball in Africa. Like Canada, I spoke to Drake one time, like, yo, I went to see J.Cole. He's playing ball in fucking Canada. Right. Yeah. You're playing professional basketball around the world.
Yeah.
So for me, right? I was either basketball or rap. I didn't really have no other plan. I didn't have a plan C, plan D. Is that what you focused on growing up? Like, I want to be a basketball player, or I want to rap, or did you have other goals?
Yeah, those were both of my goals for the most part. But I ain't gonna lie, like nigga, I was, and still to this day, like I'm not going to play professional in Africa because I'm some nice nigga. Like I can hang on the court, I can shoot, you know what I mean? I can defend, but I'm not, and never have been that nigga on the court at any time on any level. Like when I see, you know, they got that famous clip of you in high school. Like, nah, you was getting to it. Yeah, you know what I mean? You was one of them ones. It's like that was never me with basketball. Although I had a love and a passion for basketball, I always feel like, yo, I left a lot on the table because I ain't have direction. I ain't had nobody around to be like, nigga, you ain't even good. Yeah. You're a supporting player on your high school team. You're not even that nigga. Like, I had nobody to say that. So, but I always kept that love and that dream. Right. Even though I'm not good enough, I still had the dream. And what that dream did is it allowed me to get better over time. Okay. So who I was at 17 as a player, I was way better at 18. Right. Then I was way better at 20. Right. Then I was way better at 22. I actually kept getting better as a player. Right. And so the basketball shit is like me just trying to scratch a last itch. You know what I mean?
Right.
Of like, yo, let me see if I could do this. Could I train and be able to like go play professional?
Right.
Because these teams and these leagues are looking at it like, you know what? He not ass.
Right.
He could come be on the court, and he can give our league some
publicity.
Some publicity. So the China thing you're talking about is like, it's a team in Nanjing that from last year was offering me to come and play. And I'm like, you know what I mean? Like I'm looking at the clock, like, boy, I'm getting older. Like this might be my last shot. So I'm gonna keep my word to them and show up and play a couple games. Although I know, you know, I'm not in the best of shape because the album, but I'm gonna go out there and have fun with it.
Why wouldn't you? Listen, niggas offer me a couple dollars to come play. I don't know about China. I'm going to Canada. I'm gonna go to Canada if I had a chance.
Why China though? Because it's so far.
Hey, y'all drop a like for your boy. If you in the building, drop a like for your boy. I guess I'm down to talk about, you know, J. Cole's love for basketball and stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with it. J. Cole just has a very I'm gonna leave him alone. I'm gonna leave J. Cole alone.
I don't like going a lot of places if English ain't the main language. I don't even care if I have a like if I go do a show or we on tour, cool, but like you're going to spend time to play ball over there, like live a regular life. Not saying you can live a regular life, but just at the end of the day, nah, I've been to China. I remember I did a show in China, Shanghai. Shout out to Shanghai to the fans. And the crowd was going crazy. It was a Reebok event. And the cops made everybody sit down. And was like, watch the show sitting down.
Damn.
Yeah, I was like, yo, how are they going to enjoy the show?
Right.
And then told me to start over.
Oh, that's great.
So, yo, what's going on out here? Yeah. But then we went to a hip hop club and it was cool. I guess because it was a big event, they turned it into something. But I like America, man. I really do. I like North America.
Right, I feel you.
You still driving a Honda?
Nah, like in my regular life.
No, I'm saying you kept it around
it's parked at the crib.
Okay.
It's always been parked.
It's sentimental to you.
Oh, it's
what's the sentimental value to it?
That's the car that I
like this question. Do y'all feel like this interview was scripted? I'm not saying I do, but I'm just curious. Let me put up a poll. Because I know y'all seen this already. I know y'all seen this already. Hold on. Let me see. Do y'all think this was scripted? I'm just curious. I'll put the poll up. Y'all let me know what y'all think.
That I used to get back and forth from college in.
Okay.
You know, it's parked at the crib.
Okay.
It's always been parked.
It's sentimental to you.
Oh, it's
what's the sentimental value to it?
That's the car that I used to get back and forth from college in.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like that's the one. So if I had a 3-day weekend,
right.
Like, you know, college, we off on Monday.
Right.
That Friday after class, I'm driving back home.
Got you.
So like I-95, like I didn't hit that route so much.
Right.
Back and forth. I know to this day, I know exits.
Right.
Like I know when I'm in Maryland, I know if I get off on this exit without even looking at the signs, I know it's a gas station right over there. It's a Chick-fil-A, boom, boom. And it's always in this car. Parties.
Right.
In this car. Me riding around with Ebe in New York.
Right.
Playing a song I just made in my room or at the studio with Mike Rooney in this car.
Right.
When So Far Gone dropped, this nigga Ebe was trying to put me on.
Right.
I was damn near avoiding it. like
everything happened in the car.
I remember I pulled over. I had to go piss. Right. I pulled over on the street in New York, just found me a little corner to go piss.
Yeah.
I came back. He had So Far Gone in.
Right.
It's like he had to force me to listen to that shit.
Right.
And I'm listening like, oh my fucking God, in that car. You know what I mean?
Right.
Drive from New York to Miami
in
that car. The first time we ever sold a physical CD of my.
I ain't gonna lie. Hey, So Far Gone is fire. So Far Gone is fire. Respectfully. So Far Gone is fire. I don't know who the fuck wrote it, but that shit fire.
I own was in that car, North Carolina A&T. So yeah, I'm sentimental with my possessions. Damn.
It makes a lot of sense. It was a rumor. Did you have a scuffle with Puff before, or is that just all rumor?
No, that actually happened. I had a
So yeah, explain that.
Nah, you know what? I damn near wish I could because it's such an ill story.
Right.
You know what I mean? But matter of fact, we did a podcast, me and E.
Okay.
Like
Oh,
yeah, explain that.
Nah, you know what?
Wait.
I'm damn near with my possessions. Damn near.
It makes a lot of sense. It was a rumor. Did you ever scuffle with Puff before, or is that just all rumor? Did
No,
that
actually happened. I had a
explain that.
Nah, you know what? I damn near wish I could because it's such an ill story.
Right.
You know what I mean? But matter of fact, we did a podcast, me and E.
Okay.
Like a year and a half ago, where we kind of ran through like the first part of my career.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. We already heard the story. You know what I'm saying? We heard it already. So, it ain't really much to say. Yeah, weird ass transition, by the way. Because Punch, this is where I start to think, like, is this scripted? Because I'm like, but I don't know. I'm gonna just say it's not scripted for now. And Punch and Camron is asking the right questions, I guess. But as far as this question goes, but I do find it funny that Punch has been coming out recently talking about this Diddy situation, and now J.Cole is coming outside and talking about it publicly. But who knows? Who knows?
To Forest Hills Drive,
right?
And we had a bonus episode that was the whole episode was just about that night,
okay,
and that altercation, right?
Right.
And we was gonna put it out because at that time, you know what I mean? Like me and Puff, like we hadn't had no problem for years. Even after that, like it was cleaned up quick and we was in a good spot.
Right.
But you know, Puff was on the song that I had on off season, and like, so we was gonna put it out thinking like, yo, it's cool. Like enough time has passed, he ain't gonna feel no way, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
And then all the shit happened with him.
Right.
And I was just like, nah, it felt like damn near like kicking a man when he's down. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? It was like it would have gave the news in the world more ammo.
I got you, sir.
It's like, nah, it felt like damn near like kicking a man when he's down. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? It was like it would have gave the news and
Wait, what felt like kicking a man when he's down?
Season, and like, so we was gonna put it out thinking like, yo, it's cool. Like enough time has passed, he ain't gonna feel no way, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
And then all the shit happened with him.
Right.
And I was just like, nah, it felt like damn near like kicking a man when he's down. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? It was like it would have gave the news and
Is he saying if I would have told the real story, then there would have been like kicking a man while he's down? Is that what he's saying? I'm sorry I keep rewinding this part. I just have to make sure that's what he's saying.
It was cleaned up quick and we was in a good spot.
Right.
But you know, Puff was on the song that I had on off season, and like, so we was gonna put it out thinking like, yo, it's cool. Like enough time has passed, he ain't gonna feel no way, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
And then all the shit happened with him.
Right.
And I was just like, nah, it felt like damn near like kicking a man when he's down. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? It was like it would have gave the news in the world more ammo.
I got you, sir.
Just destroy this dude.
Yeah, it wasn't a good time to put it out.
So this nigga is funny as hell, bro. This nigga J.Cole is funny as hell. This nigga is funny as hell, bro. Yo, so you trying to say if I tell y'all the story, it's gonna be kicking him while he's down, which is insinuating you whooped his ass? Is that what you're trying to say? Like you whooped Diddy or something? Because why would that make people kick him while he's down? What a part of that story would make people kick him while he's down? You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm confused. You trying to say you whooped his ass? Like, damn, people would have known that I whooped his ass. What could have possibly been of the same allegiance of Diddy getting caught doing all the shit that he was doing, right? What, like, did you whoop his ass? And that's what you trying to say? Like, damn, if I would have told y'all I whooped his ass, it would have made it worse. Nigga, it don't make shit worse. That nigga was caught doing some of the most egregious shit you could possibly do. You whooping his ass wouldn't have changed nothing, brother. And the fact that he's like he knows what he's doing, man. He knows what he's doing, man. Like, come on. Not to mention, you let the story get ran for years that you protected Kendrick. You let that story get ran for years. You ain't come out and you ain't come out and fix that, right? You ain't come out and say none of that when niggas was trying to say that you was protecting Kendrick. And niggas was giving you this extra jacket like you really did something to protect Kendrick. I remember niggas running with that shit forever. So I'm like, I don't know. This is interesting.
Wait, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
And then all the shit happened with him.
Right.
And I was just like, nah, it felt like damn near like kicking a man when he's down. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? It was like it would have gave the news in the world more ammo.
I got you saying.
Just destroy this dude.
Yeah, it wasn't a good time to put it out. It
wasn't a good time. So similarly right now, it's like, I want to tell it because it's ill, but I'm like, nah.
But it did happen.
Oh, no.
I want to tell it, but it's ill. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? I want to tell it, but because it's ill. Like, what do you mean? You was doing some. You must have beat everybody up. Diddy and everybody. You must have beat up the whole squad. Like everybody that came with Diddy. You must have just Jackie Chan, Jet Li them niggas, huh? Because it's such an ill ass story. What the fuck is this nigga talking about?
No, it happened. Yeah.
Okay, got you. We talked. You mentioned
it's such an ill story. I wish I could have told. Nigga, you can tell it. But this the thing. This is what J.Cole keep doing. He keep leaving things up for interpretation so that, you know what I mean, his fans will make enough conversation about what he's talking about to protect his image. So he leaving just enough room for niggas to do that. And I'm going to tell y'all what I think is really going on by the end of this video. I'm going to tell y'all, by the end of this conversation, I'm going to tell y'all what I think is really going on. But let's keep going.
What you saying?
Just destroy this dude.
Yeah, it wasn't a good time to put it out. It
wasn't a good time. So similarly right now, it's like, I want to tell it because it's ill, but I'm like, nah.
But it did happen.
Oh, no, it happened. Yeah.
Okay, got you. We talked, you mentioned a couple names earlier. And
but let me say this.
Absolutely.
It did happen, but the stories be wrong.
Okay.
The narratives around it be wrong.
Right. The remixes is
Hold on. You was hoping. Okay, hey, let me have some fun. Was this the part where Camron was supposed to set up this question for you and he forgot? So you had to catch him real quick? Hold on.
Got you. We talked, you mentioned a couple names earlier. And
but let me say this.
He said, was Camron supposed to be like, well, I heard this part of the story, and was he supposed, and then you caught him?
Absolutely.
It did happen, but the stories be wrong.
Okay.
The narratives around it be wrong.
Right. The remixes is crazy.
Okay, let me quit trolling. I'll troll it. But I'm just saying.
Remixes is crazy, like how shit be happening.
Right.
But the remixes is crazy.
Right.
That ain't saying, hey, wait, hold on.
Because, people will say it happened, didn't happen. I tell niggas all that, like, when it come to history, not just
what remixes?
Rap. I'm like, by the time we leave, if somebody get punched in the face in this room, by the time you get to valet, it's 7.
Hold on. What remixes? How many versions of this story have y'all heard? How many versions of this story have y'all heard? How many versions of the story have y'all heard? Just curious. Because I've only heard Glasses, Punch, and now Cole. And the fans. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Stories on how they got.
Wait, y'all saying that Punch said that Cole was capping publicly? Publicly? Whoa. Hold on. Nah. Hold on. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Listen. Remember when I just told you I got something to say about this. The fact that Punch said that publicly, I'm gonna give y'all this theory when we finish this part of the interview, and y'all tell me if it add up or not. Come on.
Punched in the face.
Facts.
He got punched in the face and his tooth fell out.
Facts.
Now his nose came off.
That's true.
Like
That's
the
true,
remixes of stories it just be crazy. So no story that's out there has been right. So, what you're saying. So just so people know.
Even Punch from TDE. Shout out to Punch. That's my man. But he gave a rendition where I'm looking at it. I'm like, yo, you got a lot of it right. But you wasn't really right there.
Right.
So
I'm looking at him like. That felt like you felt the way about the way Punch told that. I'm looking at him like you felt the way about Punch telling that story that way. Interesting. Because you looking at him like what?
Punch from TDE. Shout out to Punch. That's my man. But he gave a rendition where I'm looking at it. I'm like, yo, you got a lot of it right. But you wasn't really right there.
Right.
So even what you saying, you either missing details or misrepresented some details. I know the story, and he was right there, but I know the full front to back. You know, I'm sitting in the driver's seat, and that's a memorable night for me. So it's like I'm recalling that shit verbatim. But even somebody that was there that's giving it, it's like, nah, that's not the full.
I got you.
You know what's so funny about this nigga, bro? Let me show y'all something. Let me tell y'all something, bro. Let me tell y'all something. Hold on, no. Let me tell y'all something about J.Cole. J. Cole's, because you know what's crazy? Let's say this hypothetically, right? Real quick. Punch tells the story from the perspective of he wasn't there, right? At the very first part, right? The very first part of what was going on between Diddy and Cole, right? They wasn't there for that. That's according to Punch, right? So technically, J. Cole isn't lying. But that's what's interesting about that nigga, right? Because what he's really saying, most likely, is Punch doesn't know the whole story, which is true because Punch wasn't there for the first encounter. So he technically, J. Cole is not lying because Punch wasn't there for the whole encounter, right? But J. Cole knows his fans will say, oh, Punch lying about the whole thing, so boom, 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 right? And I guarantee you, I have not seen this interview. I guarantee you he said he's not going to tell the story. But since he's saying that, he's technically not wrong. Because him saying that Punch don't know the whole story is true. But he knows what he's doing by saying that. This is what I mean. When I made the video about J. Cole in 2025, early 2025, and niggas was acting like I'm just being a stan and all that different shit, before niggas really started to notice what Cole was doing, this is the type of stuff that I was talking about. It's like, by technicality, he's not lying. So if somebody was to come out, Punch saying that's cap, right? Technically, Cole could come out and say, I never said that you was lying. I'm telling the truth. You wasn't there for the whole thing, which is true. But he knows damn well that Punch was there for the part that niggas really talk about. So J. Cole is funny as shit, bruh. J. Cole is funny as shit. This is what I be talking about.
So we was talking about how at the beginning of the show, when I wanted to do the interview one of these times, and then this Kendrick.
The point of bringing it up without clearing the air is the fact that without clearing the air, he leaves it open to speculation, which allows his fans to argue for him in the case that makes him look the best. That's why.
Thing comes up. So we have to put things on the back burner, which is fine. When you heard Kendrick make that song with Metro Boomin, and I remember years ago when y'all was first, I don't want to say first coming out, when y'all niggas was kind of established, and he did a freestyle years ago, and it was kind of like he kind of was taking shots at everybody, not just you, period. And I remember you was like, yo, I don't know how to sit with this. And this was not this problem that happened. I'm talking about maybe 6, 7 years ago. And he was like, I'm supposed to take this. You know what I'm saying? Because he's trying to make it seem like it was competitive. When this latest...
It wasn't shots, too, when you really listen to that song. It was the control song you're talking about. It's like, you listen, it's not a shot. You know what I mean? But
So, this is where I'm like, is it scripted? Because would J.Cole allow Camron to say that? Would J.Cole allow Camron to say that he took it a certain way? I don't know. So is it scripted? Maybe. Maybe not. Because would he let Camron say that? I don't know. Trying to make it seem does explain a lot. Trying to make it seem is like he accidentally slipped a little bit. But
about maybe 6, 7 years ago, and he's like, I'm supposed to take this. You know what I'm saying? Because he's trying to make it seem like it was competitive. When this latest...
It wasn't shots, too, when you really listen to that song. It was the control song you're talking about. It's like, you listen, it's not a shot. You know what I mean? But the world at that time, it felt, damn, it felt like the energy of it felt like a shot. You know what I mean? But like when you really bust it down, like, oh, that's nothing disrespectful in there. You know what I mean? But I understand what you're saying. There was something before. Now you was gonna ask me how did I feel when I'm
about to ask you. Elaborate. I want you to be elaborate.
Yo, J. Cole, you're the only person that even said, like, you and Drake, bro. Everybody else got in the fucking booth. Meek Mill actually went crazy on Kendrick. That's one thing we don't talk about. Meek Mill spazzed on Kendrick. We gotta be honest. Meek Mill spazzed on Kendrick. I ain't gonna lie. Meek Mill did spaz on Kendrick. That nigga say, Hunter, I straight at your snack cat. Or your niggas go do. My niggas go blah, 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 blah. That nigga was wildin'. Meek Mill was tripping on he said, I do it for the streets. You do it for the niggas with the backpack. That nigga was wildin'. Meek Mill was wildin'. I'm not gonna lie. But Big Crit was wildin'. Meek Mill had my favorite response. I think Meek Mill was going crazy. Yeah, let's keep going. But yeah, all them niggas just got in the booth. All this other shit, well, the world looked at it as a shot. Them niggas ain't give a fuck about none of that shit. Only you did. The world looked at it as like a shot. Nigga, Meek Mill, all them niggas, Meek Mill got at Cassidy and titled the song. When Meek Mill battled Cassidy, he titled the song, Kendrick, You Next. Like, that's how you do this. All this other shit, cut that shit out, bro. Cut that shit out. That shit corny. All this other shit is corny. That nigga Meek Mill was dissing one nigga and titled the song, Kendrick, You Next. Fuck out of here.
It felt like the energy of it felt like a shot. You know what I mean? But like when you really bust it down, like, oh, that's nothing disrespectful in there. You know what I mean? But I understand what you're saying. There was something before. Now you was gonna ask me how did I feel when
I'm about to ask you. Elaborate. I want you to be elaborate because I want to make sure I got it right. And if I don't got it right, check me to make sure it didn't happen like that.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So when the Metro Boomin track just came out, or not just now, been a couple years now. When you first heard it, how did you feel about it?
All right, 2 reactions. One, I got probably about an hour or 2 before somebody hit me and said it. The way they worded it was like, yo, Kendrick, boom, 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 right? So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm thrown off right there.
Right.
Automatically. I'm like, wait, what?
Right.
And then mentally I go to like, wait, I know we good. I just spoke, boom, boom, like.
Right.
I gotta turn this shit off. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't get genuinely frustrated a lot. Like in life and nothing. Like as far as people who get like getting under my skin is a very difficult thing to do. I don't understand. When I listen to J. Cole talk about this shit, I genuinely become frustrated. Like, genuinely. Because what the fuck are you talking about? I thought we was good. He's rapping. He's rapping. So what if you're good? He's rapping. Shut up. Just shut up. The nigga is rapping. Just shut up. I thought we was good. The fuck are you talking about? The nigga is rapping. Oh my God.
Right. Now I'm trying
I ain't gonna lie. Niggas is crybabies. Niggas is crybabies, bro. J.Cole and Drake are crybabies. Like, God damn. Y'all did the same shit with Control. Just shut up and rap. Rap or just shut up. Like, God damn, is it really that deep, my nigga? Wait, what happened? I thought we were okay.
I think like, damn, did I do this? I'm not even hearing the song. I don't know what the fuck he gonna say.
Did I do something? Oh my God. Oh. Did I do something? Bro, he didn't do nothing to you. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God. Did I do something wrong? That nigga didn't do anything to you, bro.
You know what I mean? Like. So I'm like, damn, did something happen? Did I do something? Did I say something? Boom, boom.
And
like,
first of all, yes, something did happen, nigga. You dropped first person shooter trying to act like you Muhammad motherfucking Ali. That's what happened, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? You was acting like you was Muhammad Ali. So when a nigga stepped to your front door, be Muhammad Ali. Fuck is you talking about? Shout out to Mount 805. This shit is genuinely irritating me, bro. This is irritating me, bro. This is very irritating. I'm so tired of J. Cole and his fans and every just trying to act like somebody got fucking shot. Niggas are rapping, bro. It's okay. Shout out to my boy Malcolm 805 for the super chat. Cole take this shit way too personally. Like, bro, this shit is pissing me off. It's not that deep, bro. And this is what I'm saying. If you really feel like that, just admit that it's coming from a place of fear. Because you becoming that frustrated, it's not like the nigga is amplifying the narrative that somebody put out about you or nothing like that. The nigga's rapping. He's just rapping. I can understand if Kendrick came out the gate immediately trying to push a narrative that somebody pushing on you. That's one thing. Okay, then it's like, nah, you came out trying to get hella personal. You ain't even come out trying to rap. You just came out trying to be personal. But if the nigga just came out rapping, just barring shit up, why are you instantly going to, did I do something wrong? Mister, I'll put your favorite rapper head on the noose and all this shit.
I'm confused almost, like not knowing what the song's gonna be, only knowing what somebody, you know how this shit go. Yeah. You send your shit to Spotify or something, and then somebody at Spotify listened to the shit early, then they send a message to somebody. Somehow somebody knew and it got out, and then it made its way to me.
Got you.
So an hour or two before, mind you, I go to sleep. I sleep by motherfucking 10 o'clock most nights, 9:30 damn near. So now I'm like, oh shit, let me stay up and hear what this is. You know what I mean? So I listen to it and I have two first reactions. My first reaction is, that shit is hard.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a hard ass verse, undeniably. The beat crazy, the song is ill. And I'm like, he went crazy. That's my first reaction. Because I don't know what.
Hell yeah. I remember the first time I heard that shit. I was like, God damn, this nigga snapping. Kendrick was snapping. I'm not gonna lie. Kendrick was showing me in that verse. Hold on, real quick. Kendrick was showing me in that verse why J. Cole or Drake can't fuck with him. And it had nothing to do with just the bars. It's all the in-between shit, right? You got some battle rappers. As a battle rapper, this is how I view it, right? You got some battle rappers. I honestly think this is why niggas have difficulties beating me in battles too, right? It's because I'm paying attention to the in-between shit. You don't got to score every time you got a bar, right? It don't got to be a punchline every time. It don't got to be a scheme every time. Sometimes a nigga just say some shit that's so just direct and slick that it's like, damn, and that nigga still scoring, right? Kendrick talking about, I'll crash out like fuck rap, this Melly Mel if I had to. I was like, God, this nigga talk about, nigga, fuck that. I'll bomb on the founders of this shit. I don't give a fuck. I'll bomb on the founders of this shit, nigga. I'll bomb on the Sugar Hill gang. Got 2 T's with me. I'm snatching chains and burning tattoos. Lost too many soldiers not to play it safe. If he walk around with that stick, it ain't like lost too many soldiers not to play it safe. J. Cole and Drake will never be able to put that type of energy and context behind a bar in a verse. They don't have the texture to be able to do that. You feel what I'm saying? That's why J. Cole will never be able to fuck with Kendrick. And when niggas hear me say that, they think I'm saying it from a place of bias. All the real niggas that really listen to my breakdowns and ain't just going with the narrative that I'm a Kendrick stan, but somebody that really understand this shit, you know what I'm saying when I say J. Cole can't fuck with Kendrick. It's because of lines like that. The in-between shit that J. Cole be talking about be fucking SpongeBob shit. And I'm not saying J. Cole got to say some gangster shit, because he don't. You don't got to say no gangster shit to be the gangster rapper. Nigga, I battled Primo. I'm not no gangster, nigga. I battled Primo in the Crucible. 30 bomb. That's a fucking super gangster nigga. He came with all gangster raps. Packed him the fuck up. So you don't got to say no gangster shit to be the gangster nigga. So I'm not saying that's what Cole got to do. My thing is, Cole don't got no texture in his raps. When Sahai was saying, I miss the days when it wasn't niggas just being nice because they or whatever he was saying, I understood what he was saying. It don't mean there's something wrong with, you know, having the plaques and the credentials to say you a nice writer. But for whatever, at the expense of that, you don't have the authenticity behind it. I always say J. Cole rap like a nigga who read How to Rap 101. And that's why he don't got the authenticity, the authentic swing behind his raps. He don't got the things that you can't teach. J. Cole don't have one thing in his arsenal that you can't teach. That's why he would never be able to fuck with Kendrick. Even Drake got a certain thing in his arsenal that you can't teach, but the thing that he got that from success and accolade. So Drake can talk to you in a way that you can only talk if you succeeded in that way. But prior to the success and accolades, Drake ain't have it either. J. Cole doesn't have either of those things, right? And I'm not saying he don't got the success and accolades, but when he's standing next to Drake and Kendrick, they both got something that I can attack you with that you can't teach, right? Drake has it in success and accolade. You have to experience. Kendrick has it in his experience as well, but prior to becoming a legend. J. Cole don't have that in his bag. J. Cole can't say, lost too many soldiers not to play it safe in a sense where it's connecting to the first bar. Or Kendrick could have easily said, like, I'm going to give you the perfect example. Kendrick could have easily said, right, in first-person shooter, like, not even in rhyme form, but in first-person shooter, nigga, you said, we turning your song to a funeral. He could have just said it directly like that. But because of Kendrick's texture, he was able to say, don't pull no coffin out of your mouth. I'm way too paranoid for a threat. When you understand, right, for example, the type of my family members and the type of environment I had to grow up in with my family members, I understand what he's saying there. I'm way too paranoid for a threat. Like, that's the natural paranoia that comes with growing up in that environment. That's what he's talking about. You can't say that type of shit to me because I'm going to take it a certain way that somebody else wouldn't take it. That's the type of shit that J. Cole will never be able to say. And it's not because, you know, boom, boom, you don't got to be a gangster. You could just be, like, for example, I'm not no gangster nigga, but my family a bunch of gangster niggas. So I'm able to see shit and be and understand a certain lifestyle by growing up in the family that I grew up in. So certain bars that I have, you will only understand if you've experienced that or you lived that, right? J. Cole raps from the perspective where it's like, he not able to connect on that level. So if he were to battle Kendrick, not only is Kendrick giving him bars, schemes, flows, dynamics, performance, right? Angles. But he's also talking to you with a certain texture that you can't relay back to him. You are at an extreme disadvantage. And just that one bar is the shit I'm talking about. J. Cole will never be able to replicate that. And that's why he can't fuck with Kendrick. And that's a fact. That's just what it is. Anybody who think differently, you're sadly mistaken. And that's tough. J. Cole will never be able to fuck with Kendrick in a one-on-one because he does not have the texture to deliver bars in that way. Now, J. Cole could do it if he was okay with creating bars out of his authentic experience and putting it in a way where it's not like, oh, I gotta say this because this is what rappers say. You feel me? All the real niggas, y'all hearing me. I know niggas hearing me. You feel what I'm saying? That's the real breakdown of J. Cole versus Kendrick. You feel me? But let's keep going.
To necessarily what I'm listening for, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm like, that shit's tough.
Right.
My second reaction is, not now, nigga.
Right.
My second reaction is like it's no, nigga. This is inconvenient for me.
Gotcha.
And can I explain to you why?
Absolutely.
This is gonna be long-winded, but let me explain to you why.
Take your time. This is why we're here.
Right at that time,
J. Cole, you're a fucking hypocrite. And the thing is, we're all hypocrites. Every single one of us. We're all hypocrites. J. Cole, you can't say in Port Antonio that Kendrick and Drake used the beef for clicks, money, and all this different shit, right? Which you're insinuating that they used it to drive sales. And then simultaneously say that this is inconvenient. As a matter of fact, it was convenient. If you're getting ready to drop a fucking album and you have the opportunity to participate in the biggest battle of all time, it's extremely convenient. More sales, more money, more traction, more everything. Win or lose. So to say it's convenient, you're inconvenient. What you're saying is the energy and the ability it's going to take for me to go back and forth with Kendrick Lamar has to do with why you really felt like it was inconvenient. And I'm going to listen to what he says right here too, because I could be wrong. But this is the reality. That shit was extremely convenient. Because it would have went crazy for your album if you just went through the battle and just lost. If you just did the battle and just lost, we would be you would get clowned for losing, but it also depends on how you lose. But let's be real though, it would have been great for your album. That's why you put 7 Minute Drill on Might Delete Later.
I had just got off tour with Drake. I had went on tour with Drake. We did that. And I had Might Delete Later in the Chamber, which was the project that you on as a mixtape.
Right.
And then I had the Fall Off finished. I probably had to tweak a couple mixes, boom, 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 but I had this album finished, the Fall Off, right?
Right.
So, but my Not Now, it was based off of that, but
why? Isn't it done? Isn't the album done? Everything's done. So what's inconvenient? Everything was done. So what's inconvenient? You just said everything was done.
And I had Might Delete Later in the chamber, which was the project.
And if you wasn't ready, you shouldn't have fucking said nothing on First Person Shooter.
On as a mixtape.
Right.
And then I had to Fall Off finished. I probably had to tweak a couple mixes, boom, 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 but I had this album finished, the Fall Off, right?
Right.
So, but my Not Now, it was based off of that, but let me tell you something else. At that time, I had been working on the Fall Off, which was done. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's what you just said. That's what you just said, bro. We know. You just said you was working. Actually, you said it was done. You actually just said it was done.
Boom, but I had this album finished, the Fall Off, right?
Right.
So, but my Not Now, it was based off of that, but let me tell you something else. At that time, I had been working on the Fall Off, which was done. You know what I mean?
You just said that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And by the way, that somebody leaked it. I know who leaked it and who said it. You know what I mean? But it's cool. He put it out there. It's like, yo, he was on 2 joints.
Right.
You know what I mean? On the album. You know what I mean? Like, and
so this is what everybody been talking about. So Kendrick was on 2 songs on Might Delete Later or the Fall Off. I think he's saying the Fall Off. So So Kendrick was on your album twice. Why was he not on the album after all? Mal did leak it. I ain't gonna lie. Look, I've been telling y'all, Mal is an extra ass nigga, but when he leaked J. Cole's release date, I was saying, bro, I feel like Mal was on point, but they changed the date because he was on point. They changed the announcement because he was on point. But Mal did leak it.
And who said it, you know what I mean? But it's cool. He put it out there. It's like, yo, he was on 2 joints.
Right.
You know what I mean? On the album. You know what I mean? Like, and on my mind, I'm like,
meaning Kendrick.
yes.
Right.
Got 2 joints.
Mm-hmm.
What does that have to do with anything?
So I'm just trying to paint the full picture of my state.
Take your time.
So I in my mind, I'm like, oh, nigga, I've been working so long on this. You a big part of it, which I'm grateful for, because it's like, nigga, that was a part of my vision for it. Like having both of these dudes as a part of this. As on my way out, I wanted to like celebrate, like, damn, I'm really grateful to have done it at the same time as these niggas.
Yes.
I believe him right there. I believe him right there. What the fuck made you think that was a good idea? What made you think that was a good idea? Now, I genuinely believe what he's saying right now. I genuinely believe he was like, look, if I'm retiring, which you didn't fucking retire, and you definitely was pushing retirement to get people to listen to the album. But I definitely believe him. But what made you think that was a good idea? What made you think that putting Kendrick and Drake on the album, right, after Kendrick had just declined being on First Person Shooter, what made you think it was a good idea to put him on the same album as Drake? I'm curious. Did you tell him? Did J. Cole tell Kendrick that Drake was gonna be on the album? Because if you didn't tell Kendrick that Drake was gonna be an album, that's some clown shit. Real talk. Real talk. If you was trying to get a nigga on the song so that another nigga could, that's not it. That's not it.
Genuinely felt like, yo, like this is it for me. You know what I mean? And at least at this level, I ain't working 8 years on the album no more.
Right.
But there's something I'm leaving out, which is when that shit happened, ultimately it became that whole situation from me going on stage, apologizing, boom, boom. It ended up being that whole situation ended up being the absolute biggest blessing for me.
No. Bring your ass back here, nigga. Bring your ass back here. You said it was inconvenient. Why?
Boom, but I had this album finished, the Fall Off, right?
Right.
So, but my Not Now, it was based off of that, but
so you never explained why it was inconvenient for Not Now. You just
let me tell you something else. At that time, I had been working on the Fall Off, which was done. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? And by the way, that somebody leaked it. I know who leaked it and who said it, you know what I mean? But it's cool, he put it out there. It's like, yo, he was on 2 joints.
Right.
You know what I mean? On the album. You know what I mean? Like, and on my mind, I'm like,
meaning Kendrick.
yes.
Right.
Was on 2 joints.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to paint the full picture of my state.
Take your time.
So I in my mind, I'm like, oh, nigga, I've been working so long on this. You a big part of it, which I'm grateful for, because it's like, nigga, that was a part of my vision for it. Like having both of these dudes as a part of this. As on my way out, I wanted to like celebrate, like, damn, I'm really grateful to have done it at the same time as these niggas.
Yes.
Because I genuinely felt like, yo, like this is it for me. You know what I mean? And at least at this level, I ain't working 8 years on the album no more.
Right.
But there's something I'm leaving out, which is when that shit happened, ultimately it became that whole situation from me going on stage, apologizing, boom, boom. It ended up being that whole situation ended up being the absolute biggest blessing for me.
Hey, bring your ass here, bruh. Where is the explanation for why it was inconvenient? You told us the album was done. Then you try to say, at the time, I was working on the album, which was done. Which, by the way, Kendrick was on 2 songs. Awesome. But why was it inconvenient?
Blessing for me.
Right.
And this is why. If you would have heard me talk about the fall off at that time for like months before, me and Eve like this, like creatively, like this is my man. And like, if you would have heard me talk about the album at that time, it would have sounded something like this. Man, let's put this shit the fuck out, bro.
Didn't he literally just do this exact monologue on the Nadeska interview? Like, quite literally the exact same way. If you would have heard the way I was talking about the album, it would have went like this.
Would have sounded something like this. Man, let's put this shit the fuck out, bro.
Hold on. Shout out for the super chat. I appreciate you. Spot the dot. Thank you, bro. After this interview, Mal claimed Cole hadn't spoken to Drake since before Not Like dropped. Context for later in the interview. Mal did claim that. Cole hadn't spoken to Drake since before before Like That. Oh, before Not Like Us. Cole hadn't spoken to Drake since before Not Like Us. Okay. I'm going to keep that in mind. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. I'm going to keep that in mind. Let's see.
Let's get this shit out, nigga. Let's hurry the fuck up and put this shit the fuck out and be done with this shit. Like, we was over it because we was so exhausted from working on it. You know what I mean? Like, while I was working on this album, I dropped 4 Your Eyes Only, KOD, the off season, and had Mike Delete Later in the chamber. I was tired and burnt the fuck out. And I used to like pray basically like, guys, show me when it's time for me to really be done with this shit.
Right.
So I can know.
Right.
And so for 3 months straight, probably from like December, January, February, every time I sat down to write, I couldn't write shit. Like nothing was.
So now, holy fucking shit. Wow. Is he about to say, first of all, yeah, I thought it was done, but are you about to say I was tired, so that's why I didn't want to battle Kendrick? Yet you were the same one saying that these niggas had shits coming and that's why they was doing this? Kendrick y'all were trying to make it seem like Kendrick did it in order to sell an album, so that would mean he was doing the exact same shit you was doing and was ready to still go to war. Shout out to Toasty God for the super chat. Appreciate you, bro. Did you hear when he said his homie said press the button? You know that was Drake pumping his head up. Why not call Dot for clarity? Right. That's one thing I'm confused about. How you... Thank you for the super chat, Toasty God. Like, you could have just hit him.
I couldn't get past writers, but I couldn't get past a line or two.
Right.
And I'm just like, damn. I was taking this as, I guess God is showing me, yo, you really done. I thought he was.
No. Because as a matter of fact, I remember J.Cole dropping the documentary around the time the offseason came out. And I remember because I actually appreciate this documentary. And he was saying to work through the writer's block, he would go through drills. So why not just do the drills? Why not just do the many things that you explained in that? Like when you had writer's block, then you didn't feel like he was saying it's done. But then again, actually, let me take that back, because if he's already in the space of being done, then he could have just took that as a sign to be done. So I'll take that back.
Was showing me I was done in the form of like, yo, I'm tapped out. I ain't got shit to say. Right. So on top of that, how I would speak about the album and my energy was negative. It would be like, bro, like, let's get this. How I felt about this shit, which was hard as fuck. But how I felt about it was almost, it was negative. You know what I mean? It was like, man, let's put this shit the fuck out. I'm done. I'm exhausted. Clearly I'm tapped out. I can't write shit. All right. But I got enough in the chamber where I know this is how I'm going out. And like, if I never write another rhyme or put out another album, it's cool because I did this. So that's the energy that I'm listening. That's the energy I'm sitting in when this verse happens.
Okay, so you had writer's block when Kendrick dissed you. You had writer's block. And you were exhausted. That's why 7 Minute Drill was dog shit. Noted.
From him.
Got you.
So my thought goes, first of all, this verse is crazy. It's hard. But it's also like, damn, nigga, this shit is inconvenient. Like, it's terrible timing.
Like, damn, terrible timing. Like, I got writer's block. Terrible timing. Muhammad Ali, get in the fucking ring. Muhammad Ali. Fuck is you talking about?
Gotcha.
And on top of that, my next thought, and this is what led me to everything that came after that, which I'm grateful for. You know what I mean? I can't even say they're mistakes. Because it's like, I really believe that, like, oh, that's how it had to happen for me. Like, God knew that, like, I would do this and boom, boom. But basically, my next thought was like, all right, fuck. What you gonna do? Because my phone is blowing up immediately. Nah, nigga. Like, please, press the button. Like that's the energy from.
Yeah, because that nigga got busy on you. That nigga had one bar in his song that was better than every bar in your motherfucking song in your 7 Minute Drill. Lost too many sodas not to play it safe. If he walk around with that stick, it ain't Andre 3K. That bar is harder than anything in 7 Minute Drill. You better get the fuck up and get to rapping.
Ah, nigga. Like, please, press the button. Like that's the energy from you know, niggas that love me. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Hold on. You mean to tell me you don't understand this angle on some no funny shit? He is making sense. He's making a lot of sense. But it's coming from the place of not being the competitor that he said he was. This all sound like excuses. He knew 7 Minute Drill was dog shit. But he didn't know it was dog shit until the people said it was dog shit.
Yo, press the button, boom, boom. In reality, do I actually feel any sort of, when I listen to that verse that day, do I feel any sort of like, damn, nigga, what you say? Why you say? There wasn't no disrespect in there. And at least for me, you know what I mean? That I didn't listen to that and be like, damn, nigga said what? Nigga said I was X, Y.
Yeah, because he was just rapping. Yeah. I don't think it was supposed to make you feel that way, brother. I think he just wanted to rap.
YZ, you know what I mean? It was, my feeling was like, fuck. Because now I know this shit that you've been working on for 8 years, plus this other shit that you did as a setup, niggas ain't gonna never let you put that out until you address this, until you say something here. So my mind becomes
almost like, that might have been the point, but then again, it's like, why not just put the track on? Why not just get your shit together and put it on the fall off? Massive increase in sales, massive increase in marketability, massive increase in promotion, massive increase in traction, massive increase in profit. You could just threw it on there. I mean, you did it with 7 Minute Drill, so you understood. You understood what you could have did. Yeah, this ain't adding up. This ain't adding up. Shout out to Malk again for the super chat. Oh, it's writer's block. I can't do that to my mans. I didn't even bother talking to. Oh, I'm exhausted. It's inconvenient to me. Yeah, it's like 4 different reasons you didn't do that. Because Dot was on the album. That's a great point. Actually, that's a great fucking point. That is a great fucking point. But if you took his tracks off of there anyway, just put the diss track on there then. You took him off the shit anyway. So actually, no, that's not a good point. Because you took the diss tracks off anyway. You took the diss tracks off anyway. You might as well just put that shit on the album. But shout out to Mount. You ain't telling no lies, man. Hey, shout out to Toasty God again. Talk of some month, then act like we don't hear his raps. I'm saying, like, nah, bro. I don't lie. I ain't gonna lie. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Man. Hell no. Hell no.
You know, it's silly to think of now, but it's like it's where I was at the time.
Gotcha.
It's probably because I was in a negative place when it came to this music shit. But my thought was like, what's the world gonna say? They not gonna let you come drop this shit you've been working on for 10 years without addressing that. Nah, nigga, we don't want to hear none of that shit.
Why would they? Why would they? Ain't this hip hop? Now, if you wasn't saying all that shit you was saying, talking about you nicer than everybody and you'll put your favorite rapper's head on the noose and all that shit, you might have got some grace. But when you champion yourself as the best of the generation, of course niggas gonna expect you to get busy and rap. What do you? Duh. They want to see all that shit you've been talking lyrically.
You ain't said shit to Buddy. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want to hear none of that. So my mind then gets into, then the word fear comes.
Right.
The fear is, although nothing's in my heart, there's no malice in my heart, there's no even desire to like, oh, this nigga gave me a chance to come.
You don't need no malice in your heart to battle. You don't need a single fucking speck of malice in your heart to battle. You know what you need? Competitive nature. That alone will get you busy. Your competitive nature alone. You know, bro, when I battled Elijah Strait is a veteran. He considered like top 5 punchers in battle rap. When I first got the announcement that I was battling Elijah Strait and we put that in together and shit, I was thinking, yo, this nigga might fucking kill me. He might kill me. But that was exciting. That wasn't like, and that's because I'm competitive as a rapper. I'm not competitive in nature, but I am competitive as an MC. So me feeling like this nigga could kill me, this nigga can have 3 rounds of just insane punches that I can't get through was exciting. And it made me elevate to a level that I didn't even know I could get to. But that's all you need. I didn't hate Elijah Strait. I was just excited. And then what do you know? I go into the battle, I walk away, and most people got me winning the battle. So I don't want to hear, I know how to malice in my heart. You don't need no fucking malice. All you need is the want to compete, the want to prove that you're better as a rapper. That's enough. That alone. Now, the fear is normal. When I was about to battle Elijah Strait, I feared that I was going to get killed. But you decide how that fear drives you. Does that fear make you get smaller, or does that fear make you grow? Whenever I encounter fear as an MC, that means there's a place to grow. Fear is the very thing that'll show you where you get to break through. And he's such a fucking monk, you would think that he knows that.
Demolishing, what the fuck does that mean to me? I love this nigga. Like,
right.
What does that even look like? There was no urge or desire to take it to that level, but there was a fear of like, damn, if I don't do something, I'll never be able to put this album out that I've been working on for 8 years. You know?
And that's where that beat's supposed to come out. Nigga, you put out a diss when my album about to come out. Let me show you something, nigga. That's where that beat's supposed to come out. If you really a beast, the more improbable the situation, the more excited you are to meet the challenge. That's why Kendrick is better than you niggas. Because Kendrick knew damn well these are two superstars. These are two superstars. And they gonna try to jump me. I don't give a fuck. Here come like that. I'm bombing on you niggas first. That's why he better than you niggas. And you keep trying to figure out why is he better. That's why. Yeah, Kendrick is artistic and all this different shit. The number one reason Kendrick is better than you niggas is he runs towards the fear. He runs towards it. He says it in 616 in LA. My confession is yours, but who am I if I don't go to war? There's opportunity when dealing with loss. I discover myself when I fall short. There's opportunity when dealing with loss. I discover myself when I fall short. That's why he's better than you niggas. He's not afraid to lose. You niggas are. That's why you got niggas playing behind the scenes, trying to get the crew together, trying to smear niggas behind the scenes to make sure that they got their situation straight before they battle. I.e. Drake, by the way. Because you have the fear of just getting out there, getting busy and losing. Kendrick told you in 616 in LA, I ain't gonna lie, I could lose. But guess what? Raise my hand to a falling sky. I fantasize me, jumping pandas and mortal lies. I correspond 3 angels watching me all the time. Put my children to sleep. Say a prayer, then close my eyes. Definition of peace. Tell me who gonna stop me. I come from love. Estelle, cover my heart and open me up. Remember when? Picked up the pen. Lyrics that I can trust. Timid soul. Stare at the mirror, looking what I was... Like, what did you hear when you heard that? When I heard that, I heard, I do feel like I can lose. But every fucking moment that brought me to here will not allow me to back down. That's what I heard when I heard 616 in LA. Every moment that pushed me to here will not allow me to back down. My whole life, I wanted to prove that I'm the best. And I have the opportunity to prove it. I'm not going to let nothing that's going on in my mind, my body, or my spirit deter me from taking this motherfucking shot to prove to the whole world I'm the fucking greatest. Nigga, man at the Garden. Tell me why you think you deserve the greatest of all time. The reason why Kendrick know he deserved the greatest of all time, because he willing to lose. You niggas are not willing to lose. And that's why he better than you niggas. Fuck is you talking about?
You know what I mean? Right. So that led me to, all right, what I'm gonna do? Start jotting some shit. All this shit means, like, I'm not even writing anything good. I'm still not writing nothing good.
Right.
And then one night I was in the Bahamas, me and T-Minus, a studio out there. I'm just like, yo, fuck it. That's why it's called 7-minute drill. Me and him do these things called 7-minute drills. When I got writer's block or something, right, I'll do my whole...
Ain't that what I just said? Ain't that what I just said? You did a whole documentary talking about the things you do when you got writer's block. And that's why, and they were drills. 7-minute drill. You did that apparently. But I wonder if that's just you trying to set it up and make it seem like you couldn't, just in case niggas thought it was ass. This is called 7-minute drill. This is just a warning shot to bat niggas down, relaxing the pound and back in your gown. No, nigga, you just don't got no fucking offense. You're not a battler. You're not built for that. It's a lot of niggas who can fucking rap. 5% of them niggas can battle. It's a lot of niggas who can make a good song. 1% of them niggas can battle. It's a lot of niggas who can make a great braggadocious verse. 0.5% of them niggas can battle. You're just not that nigga. You're not a battler. You can't get and deal with the pressure of not knowing what a nigga gonna say. You can't deal with the pressure of having to put your material together and knowing I only got one chance for the world to hear this. I only got one chance for the audience to hear this. I don't know if they're gonna like it. You don't know what it's like to deal with that pressure and walk in there and get busy. Well, you really do because you did it online for him and you battled niggas. Right? But that's way different than having to do it in person or having to do it in front of the world. And J. Cole found out in that moment, I'm not one of them niggas. I'm not one of them niggas that's willing to prove I'm one of the best through demonstration. That's why I respect battle rappers. Battle rappers gotta get up, write their material, make sure it's perfect, rehearse it, practice performance, all of that. And not even know what the fuck their opponent gonna say. Stand in front of that nigga and have to watch niggas cheer to either rapping better or defamation of character in real time. It takes a certain level of shield to be able to do that. If you ain't never did it, if you don't do it now, then you're not gonna understand that. And when it come that time, you might fold. Unless you Drake and you collude with niggas behind the scenes and make sure you got your narrative straight and make sure you build your case before it's time to really rap so that niggas can side with you. That's pussy. So that's the difference between Drake's confidence and J. Cole, where I can give credit to J. Cole. You didn't have all that. So you naturally had to deal with that energy, right? J. Cole probably don't got these PR firms and all that that's going to push his campaign for him and just be like, oh. So, you feel me? But niggas probably would have respected it a little more if you just said, hey, I'm not going to lie. I wasn't ready. The pressure was way bigger and higher than I thought it was going to be. It's a lot to deal with. And then you get on the fall off, make a song about it. Make a song about how that situation helped you grow and move the fuck on. But no, J. Cole is so motherfucking J. Cole has worked so hard to get to this point of trying to prove that he's the best that he can't just allow people to take that away from him. But he also don't want to prove it. So instead, let me fight for my case through narratives.
Goal is like, yo, write a rhyme in 7 minutes.
Okay.
Don't give a fuck if it's good or not.
Good or not. Okay.
And I have him, the producer, just to get the room going and the energy going, I'll be able to make a beat in 7 minutes.
Right.
Yeah. Don't care if it's good or not. Sure. This shit getting filthy. This interview is getting filthy.
Can't overthink it. You can't just make the beat in 7 minutes. Nigga, you ain't got time to be figuring out your sense. Just practice.
Yeah.
So he started the beat.
I like that. That's good practice.
That's how I kept myself all these years.
Right.
Sharp, just giving myself little drills to go through to stay sharp. So on one of them nights, he started cooking up. And all right, you did your 7 minutes. Let me do my 7 minutes.
Right.
And the whole point of 7 minutes is like, yo, you can't overthink it. Just let it come. Boom, boom. And that.
So now his fans can say, and that's J. Cole's whole shit. He keeps setting up everything so that in the future, people will still argue his case. Well, if J. Cole really wanted to take it seriously, he could have won. This allows J. Cole to stay in the arguably the greatest of the generation argument without having to actually prove it. Some people will argue for him, and that's enough for J. Cole. What's crazy is we would have respected it more if you just got in the ring, got busy, right? Allowed the pressure to elevate you and just lose. Niggas would have respected it way more. And Drake would have got his ass kicked so bad after you, we would have let it go. We would have been more focused on Drake getting fucked up. We would have said y'all both lost, but Drake would have lost in a way more devastating fashion. And then you get to drop the fall off and walk off in the sunset. But no.
That's when I start writing a song that became like 7 minute drill, which in my mind, as I'm writing it, what I had already kind of subscribed to myself is like, all right, this is what I'll do.
Right.
Like this my nigga. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm worried about what the world gonna say, which is embarrassing to say out loud, but it's true. You know what I mean? Like at that time, because I'm fearful that this thing that I worked on for so long will go unappreciated if I don't.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, this is what I do.
Right.
You know what? I respect that. I respect this part. I sense the sincerity in his voice here. I do. I sense the sincerity in, I love the fall off so much. I just don't want people to just overlook this thing that I've been trying so hard on. I sense the sincerity in his voice here. I connect with that. There was something in me that I naturally connected to what he said. Right? And I think that's from the vulnerability that's being displayed in his voice and his patterns here. My thing is, why keep hiding behind the fact that, why keep trying to minimize the fact that you just wasn't ready? You feel what I'm saying? Like, why keep doing that? Is it to discredit Kendrick? You feel me? Like, it's just like, why keep doing that? Why not just stay in that vulnerability for the whole conversation? You feel what I'm saying? Why not just allow the moment, the biggest moment in your career, to be a teaching moment to pass on to generations? You feel me? That's a great story. It's a great story to be like, damn, in the biggest moment of my life, I fell short. Get on a song and genuinely describe what it's like to have the argument of the greatest in your generation, after all the things you went through in your career, to have the argument of the greatest in your generation slip away from you in one moment. Why not let people connect with that? But instead, it's like, let's minimize Kendrick. Let's minimize the moment. Let's make it about the stands. Let's make it about all this different stuff. That's a whacker story. That story is weaker. You feel me? Why not walk off in the sunset with the apology? Why come back with Port Antonio? You feel me? Like, it's like this, the human aspect of J. Cole that I can connect to, right? And it's like, I sense, you know, because even when we critique people, there's a piece in everybody that we see, right? That's a part of the reason we critique these things, right? Because there's a piece in J. Cole, there's a piece of us that we see in J. Cole. That's how the world works. We're all interconnected, right? But how we view that piece is up to our discretion, right? In my mind, the level of fear that he sees in this big moment, I connect with that. I connect with what it's like to have a battle where, you know, this me doing well in this battle can change the trajectory of my battle career. The fear that comes with that, of falling short, of not showing up, of not being able to prove who you are, knowing that you have the ability to do it. But what if I just am not able to show up right now? I get that fear. However, there's a difference in the decision, right? Some people get that fear and they say, let it elevate me. Some people get that fear and say, let it diminish me. J. Cole let it diminish him. And instead of being honest about that and just moving the fuck on, he keeps trying to change the story and add all these things to the story and diminish what Kendrick Lamar did. Diminish Kendrick Lamar's courage. Diminish Kendrick Lamar's ability to stand up to the moment and win the biggest battle of all time and beat the machine. And that's where it gets corny, bruh. That's where it gets corny. But J. Cole, even that aspect of what J. Cole is doing here is human. And that's one thing I will say. It is human. What we're witnessing J. Cole do is very human. And that's why, you know, I try not to make personal attacks at J. Cole, and I try to keep it at just a rapper. You feel me? Because I understand this is the human aspect. Even Drake, all that is human. In reality, we don't know what it's like to have that much money, that much boom, boom, to be able to understand that moment. However, it's like, from my perspective, though, as somebody that be acting as monkish as J. Cole is, I would think that you understand, you feel me? Like, let it go. Let it be what it was. And let that moment let you grow. Because at the end of the day, your growth as a human being moving forward is bigger than you being the greatest of this generation. And if you really wanted it that bad, you should have just fought for it.
What I do.
Right.
Like this my nigga. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm worried about what the world gonna say, which is embarrassing to say out loud, but it's true. You know what I mean? Like at that time, because I'm fearful that this thing that I worked on for so long will go unappreciated if I don't.
I respect
so
that.
I'm like, all right, this is what I do.
Right.
Let me say just enough.
Right.
To where it looked like I did, you know, like it looked like I said something. Everything I'm saying to him, I know, and he know it's all survivable. Right. You know what I mean? It's nothing I'm hitting him, not hitting no fatal blows, but it'll be just enough to be like, all right, nigga.
You said something.
Said, now you gonna come back. I know this is my man. He gonna come back. He gonna say something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Probably give me a line.
Just when I start to connect with J. Cole and try to speak, and oh man, I just tried to meet this nigga on like just from watching this, I just tried to meet this nigga somewhere, right? And then you just squander it with that. You just squander it with that. You're still trying to explain why that shit was ass. You're still trying to explain why that shit was ass. Why not just delete it and be like, yeah, that shit was ass. That shit was ass. Why not? Why not just delete it and say that shit was ass?
Line or two, or give me a whatever.
Right.
I said things that were survivable. You ain't even hear what Kendrick said yet. Kendrick ain't even say nothing to you yet, for real.
And I'm gonna be like, you got that, cool. Now let's get to this album and really fuck him up. You know what I mean? In my mind, right? Like, but mind you, it's a decision made out of.
I tried so hard to shoot him some fucking bail. I tried so hard to shoot J. Cole some bail. 8 seconds ain't even go by, and this nigga, like, goddamn. But hold on, before we keep going, man, let me read some of these super chats, bro. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me read some of these super chats. What's good, man? Boy Nation, what's good, bro? Appreciate you for the super chat, my boy. Thank you. Hey, shout out Ron Stu for the super chat too. Appreciate you. And Cole changed his story again from peer pressure to disapologize when it wasn't received well. 2, I'll put my call into the diss track BS. I ain't gonna lie. J. Cole is changing the story quite a lot. He is. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Ron Stu. Hey, thank you for the memberships. Much love, bro. Much love, bro. Much love. Thank you for real. Hey, shout out to Nihamia. My fault for saying that wrong, but thank you for the super chat. I mean, for the membership. I appreciate you. Real talk. Shout out to Demetrius. I appreciate you. The best lies have a bit of truth in them. I see what you're saying. I appreciate you for the super chat, Demetrius. Thank you. New member, shout out to Quisha. I appreciate you. Shout out to Toasty God. I appreciate you. For real. The videos do go to my Patreon first, then the membership. Just letting y'all know. You feel what I'm saying? So just be ready for that. The Jay-Z reactions. We doing the Jay-Z reactions. I will be doing reacting to his albums in order. You feel what I'm saying? And we're gonna be released on the Patreon and then released to membership and then probably to YouTube. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, man, this shit crazy.
Like non-clarity. Right. But through that non-clarity, it seemed like my best option, right?
Right.
Boom. We put out Might Delete Later 2 days before Dreamville Fest, and that song is last, right? We just throw it on there. Boom, boom. The second it comes out, and I'm seeing the right away what I did. Right. Instantly, what I did was like, oh, you instantly divided off rip. You created a dividing line.
Right.
Where you forcing the world
to pick a side.
And
shut up, bro. Shut up. J. Cole, shut up, bro. You already do that. You already done that. First person shooter. We the big three like we started Ali, but right now I feel like Muhammad Ali. You created division for people to pick a side right there. What the fuck are you talking about? You saying that you're the Muhammad Ali of the big three is forcing people to say that's true and others to say that's not true. Get the fuck out of here. You've already done that. Every time you say you're the best, you're creating division. Because people now have to decide Who's better, you or the people you say you're better than? You're already doing that. Get the fuck out of here.
If they fuck with you, they gotta slander him.
Right.
And they taking some of the shit you said, thinking it's survivable and thinking it's just some
They was doing that before the battle.
light shit, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
They taking what you said and they giving it gas and they giving it light. And then my thought becomes, oh, fuck. I done fucked up. I done misrepresented myself.
Right.
You're not a battler. Nigga just explain rap battles. Nigga just explain rap battles. Nigga just explained rap battles. The nigga just explained rap battles. J.Cole just explained how a rap battle operates. When Sue Surf battles Tay-Roc, you think they... No. Sue Surf's fandom is going to back Sue Surf. Tay-Roc's fandom is going to back him. The people who decide the winners are the neutral people. That's a battle. You think they're like, oh... Even though I said Tay-Roc, Sue Surf is talking about, oh yeah, even though I said Tay-Roc is getting gassed by the world, the fans are gonna say it too. Duh, nigga. This nigga's bullshitting, bro. He's bullshitting right here. And if he's not bullshitting, you're just admitting that you were never the greatest in this generation, and you can never be the greatest in this generation because you're not built to battle for it.
I done miss.
That wasn't your intention.
That wasn't my intention.
Right.
My intention was some bullshit. Honestly, my intention was fraudulent to begin with. You pretending. It's like a nigga pull his gun out and like that's just my analogy.
Yeah.
It's like oh shit, nigga pull his gun out and just shoot a nigga toe or something.
Right.
It's like I shot him. You know what I mean? It's like my intention. You only did.
See right here now you're insinuating the same shit that you were insinuating. Like, bro, does he even know what he's doing? You're trying to make it seem like, oh, I just shot him in the foot. That insinuates I could have shot him in the head.
Because you was worried about how everybody looked around you. You know what I mean? So my intention was some bullshit.
Right.
So with your intention being some bullshit, then me seeing the result of like, oh my God, look what I'm giving life to. And then on top of that, oh God, do this nigga think, because this music shit.
Do this nigga think what?
It is weird, and this internet is weird.
Right.
You know, I love these niggas, I really do. But like, bro, I'm not with y'all like this.
Right.
I'm not with y'all every day.
Right.
Y'all not with me every day.
Facts.
If enough headlines go around or enough chatter happens, you might start feeling like I really feel like that. And we not. I mean, guess what?
You felt that way for Control? Does that mean that Kendrick felt that way for Like That? No. You felt that way for Control. Does that mean Kendrick felt that way for 7 Minute Drill? No. But you did feel that. You felt that way. But in my mind, I feel like Kendrick probably looking at it just like, I'm trying to prove I'm better than y'all.
When we was locked in, nigga, I might talk to these niggas once a year.
Right.
Might be 2 years ago by where we just check in. There's no ill will. It's just like, yo, your life, my life.
Right.
So imagine in the space, I'm like, oh, damn, did this nigga really think that I feel like this about it? Like, oh, and even how I'm telling you, it was way heavier. It was like, oh, no. Like sink in my chair, like, nah.
Right.
But at the same time,
oh, no, this nigga about to whoop my ass. Oh, no, this nigga about to whoop my ass. That's what he really mean. Oh, no, this nigga about to beat the shit out of me. Exactly, Joe Blanco. All you had to do was call that nigga. Oh, no, I'm about to get my ass whooped. That's what you really meant. That's what you really meant. Shout out to Leonardo Thomas. Drake and Cole haven't had that tower moment in their music, the acceptance aspect. I kind of have the same personality as Cole, but I always hold up subconsciously that I don't know everything. Right. There's nothing wrong with, that. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying it don't add up with, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it all depends. It's all based on what you decide to do with it. We're all human, right? There's some aspects within Drake that's within some of us and all of us. There's aspects within J. Cole. We're all connected. So there's aspects within all of us that exist within all of us. But it's all about what you decide to do with that. You feel me? So yeah, shout out to Leonardo Thomas. I appreciate you with the super chat, bro. But yeah, like, come on, man. Why didn't you just call the nigga? Like, hey, bro, you know I didn't really feel that way, right? Like, do what you do, but you know I didn't really feel that way, right? All right, say less.
You done did it already.
Right.
I've already done it. I've already like jumped into it.
Right.
So now I'm like, fuck, I got Dreamville Fest coming up. Oh my God. Like,
and this means that you assumed that the fans were gonna do what? You assumed that the fans were gonna do what when you made the song? You thought they were just gonna stand by and not say shit? All right, man. Wasn't you there for Meek Mill and Back to Back? You didn't learn from that battle? Man, get the fuck out of here.
I gotta go on the stage. These niggas think I'm representing this. Boom,
Right.
boom.
Right.
So you know, I know I'm going first.
Jalopy, you were genius for figuring out that Kendrick doubling down when Not Like Us the very next day took attention away from the smear campaign. No wonder everyone's scared to say his name. Yeah, because this the thing. I think niggas know if niggas try to run another like real smear campaign on Kendrick is taken out of and y'all go watch my part 3 video so you can understand what I'm saying. Kendrick took a page out of Drake's book, right? What Drake used to do when allegations used to get crazy, he would just drop God's plan, Tootsie Slide. That's why Kendrick says, can't Tootsie Slide up out of this one, it's just going to resurface. If Kendrick doesn't drop Not Like Us, Meet the Grams isn't pop enough to just do away with the narrative. Not Like Us made people not... Y'all probably didn't even know that 80 fucking articles came out that day trying to emulate what Family Matters was saying. Y'all probably didn't know that. You know why? Because Not Like Us was so fucking crazy. We were more focused on the song. Tootsie Slide did the same thing. So Kendrick took a piece out of Drake's book and hit him with it. You feel what I'm saying? So y'all make sure y'all go watch part 3, bro, after this live, for sure. Let's keep going, though.
Other than your original question, but I feel like I might as well.
Let it,
yeah, all right, cool.
Because people want to know this shit.
Word up.
Because I have more questions that I was going to ask you about it, but you're answering them anyway.
All right,
so,
cool,
you know what I'm saying?
Cool. So fast forward. Now, if you would have seen me that weekend even, like my wife, she was peeping it all weekend. You know what I mean? It's only if you know me intimately would you see it, but it's like she could just see I was fucked up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I felt like I had made like a big mistake.
Right.
And the main mistake was like, damn, you really love this dude. Like you really have, I'm a fan,
right,
a friend. It's not just him, it's Drake too. It's like, yo, I really fuck with these niggas. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, oh.
You know how many niggas in battle rap said, hey, I fuck with you, but I'm about to fuck you up. I fuck with you, but I'm about to fuck you up.
Oh shit. And then also it's a bit of pride because it's like, damn, they want to hit the nigga and be like, hey, bro, you think I was serious? Boom, boom.
Yeah.
But at this point, I'm in my head. It's like, you know what I mean? So anyways,
okay.
The show is about,
I'm
about 2 hours from going on stage or an hour from going on stage. And I'm like, damn, are you really about to walk on the stage? And everything about it feels untrue. You about to go on the stage and just represent this energy. And a thought comes to me. And I really feel like this was God because I could tell because of how it like lifted me and how it took like the weight off me. It was like, oh, yo, you misrepresented yourself on a big stage, right? On a big platform, on an album, you know what I mean? And played into it. And you said something that you didn't really believe in, you know what I mean? About somebody else, boom, boom, boom.
Why not just write a rap with the stuff you believe in? Hold on, let's fry you real quick. Why not just write the raps that you believe in? This is why, I don't know how many of y'all are actually watching me battle, but this is why, I'm not even trying to sell promo, but definitely go watch my battles if you haven't. This is why my angles are so effective, right? Because I also, when I'm battling somebody, I don't say something about them that I don't dead ass think. You see what I'm saying? So that way, my material is aligned with my authentic perspective. That way, my material is going to sound better, and when I perform it, it's going to look better because I actually believe what I'm saying. You don't have to say fake shit in order to beat somebody. You just have to be creative enough to say what you really mean. What you really did was didn't have the creativity to come up with an authentic angle to beat Kendrick. So instead, you lied. You realized I lied. And not on top of that, did I lie? It's also dog shit. That's what happened. If you were creative enough to talk about what you really think about Kendrick, which I ain't gonna lie, I feel like those things you really did believe, but who cares? Because you also share those sentiments in other songs. Fuck the Grammys, come the crackers never did nothing for me. You say that in a lot of other songs, but this time it's connected to Kendrick. So I think really you just wasn't creative enough to come up with a creative angle that you really thought. And therefore, it was ass.
You got the opportunity to go tell how you actually feel and speak the truth on a big stage, maybe a bigger stage at that point, because niggas is tuned in around the world. You know what I mean? It's a live stream. So I'm like, and that's when the apology came in my mind an hour before.
Right.
I told my wife, she the only one.
Oh my God. Belt to ass incoming, y'all. I just had a revelation. Belt to ass incoming. Why didn't you just do what Drake did? Why didn't you just do what Drake did? Drake dropped Charged Up, and niggas was like, this shit sucks. You know what that nigga did? Oh, y'all gonna say that shit trash? Say less. Back to back. Why you ain't just do that? Why you ain't just do that? Why you ain't just delete, say, oh, y'all thought Mike Delete It Later was trash? Say less. I'm deleting that shit. But guess what? I got another one for you. Boom. End the discussion. It's over.
When I told her, I ain't tell my homeboys, thank God, because they probably would have, you know what I mean?
They would have been upset.
Wilding.
Yeah.
Told my wife, she started crying. You know what I mean? Like, right. She seen one, how it was affecting me. And two, she just, I don't know, it was like a pride that she had. And she know how I feel about him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like she talked to his wife. They got a little relationship. You know what I mean? So it's like she don't even know the rap world. She know the real version of me.
Right.
She started crying. I'm like, all right, cool. Like I'm excited to do this now.
Right.
I'm going out there with a different energy.
Right.
I'm going out there. I can't wait to get to that moment.
Right.
Because it's really me.
Right.
And I really get to represent myself. So I do what I do, right?
Absolutely.
As soon as I do what I do, me personally, the weight is off me because I know I've made a wrong right.
Right.
I did wrong. Whether you feel it's wrong or not, it's wrong to me.
Right.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. So why drop Port Antonio?
So I've made a wrong right. You know what I mean? Now, worst case, I know he know and I know the world know how I actually feel. Boom, 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 right?
Yeah.
Thing is, he wanted to do this monk shit without having to deal with the backlash of the monk shit. If the whole planet was like, hey, J.Cole, we love it. Port Antonio doesn't come out. But since niggas was like, hey, I ain't gonna lie, cool. Your legacy finished. And not even your legacy. Your attempt at being the greatest of all time or greatest of this generation finished. So you had to come back with Port Antonio because you wanted that so bad to clean it up. Clearly, that energy wasn't enough. And yes, he's still being human, but we got to acknowledge that.
The weight gets lifted off me. Simultaneously, the world like, nah, nigga. Yeah. No, sir. Nobody.
It's fact.
It's not going to happen like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And the world is fucking me up or fucking my name up. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Or whatever. You know?
Okay. So he agrees. He agrees. Shout out to Mal 805 for the super chat. He said, "Not Like Us was everywhere in Cali. Couldn't walk down the street without hearing it. Drake's propaganda campaign utterly failed." I ain't gonna lie. If y'all have not seen part 3, based on how y'all responding to that, y'all gonna love part 3. Please go check it out after this video. Y'all gonna love it. For real, for real.
The question, stay here for a minute because I want you to finish the story.
Okay.
How did you feel right then and there when niggas was like, yo, this nigga backing out the battle? What, yo, come on, man.
Great question.
And like, come on, you fucking up light-skinned nigga. I see all that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How did you feel at that moment when people got upset with you for saying that you're not going to go back and forth with him? How did you feel?
Well, firstly, you got to think it was that night. With that night, I had my own homeboys.
Right.
Like I had people that was close to me. Some niggas like, yo, bro, I get it. I respect that. Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
Some niggas like, bro, fuck that. No, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So I already experienced that in real life.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when they did it to me, when they hit me with that, and I appreciate them telling me the truth, you know, whoever did, but it's like when they hit me with it, I'm chilling. I didn't give a fuck. Like because I knew in my heart I did what was right for me.
And it means more coming.
So why did the world fuck you up? Let's see if he answers that. If your homeboys didn't fuck you up, why did the world fuck you up? Let's see.
From them than social or whatever.
There you go.
Exactly.
There you go. However, what I will say is, like, to your point, when the world start giving me them hands,
right,
my reaction was I still felt like, nah, like I'm secure in my decision and what I did. But of course, over time, when niggas like, nah, this nigga's over.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like it's over.
Okay.
The ego and the fear creeps in some. It wasn't dominant, but I did feel it there where it was like, oh shit, like, like, did I fuck up? You know what I mean? Where it's like, it's not a dominant feeling because ultimately I always lean back on.
So he literally just proved what I said. He literally just proved what I said. You thought that the world was going to let you slide. That's why you felt good about it. It wasn't because, oh, you thought the world was going to let you get away with that. You didn't think the world was going to say, yeah, you're not the greatest of this generation. And that's what I just fucking said. You didn't think the world was going to let you do that. So it was all good. But that means you ain't really do it because you felt like God was doing all the different stuff. You just thought that the world was going to fuck with you enough to say, hey, he made an amazing decision.
The fact that like, no, nigga, like I got a strong belief in God. And I feel like we know how it feels when it's God.
Right.
And we know how it feels when it's not.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And I know that like, yo, I'm moving off the feeling that I feel like aligns with that, with you know what I mean? And as long as I did that and I made the decision from that place, and I got to remember that like, yo, okay.
Right.
Hey, that's the thing though. And I know this. That's the thing. It's like, if it's coming from God, why are you expecting man to understand? That's one thing I had to tell myself too. So I understand what J.Cole talking about. I get it. But if it's coming from God, why are you expecting man to understand? Man don't even understand God. You see what the fuck they did to Jesus? So if it's coming from God, why the fuck you think man is supposed to understand that? As a matter of fact, one thing I had to learn is if it's coming from God, you better expect man to misunderstand it.
There's actually a bigger plan. There's a bigger purpose. Right. So it's like I got homeboys, damn near everybody on my side want to crash out. You know what I mean? Like,
I get it.
And yo, niggas talking crazy on, man, it's the internet. But they like, yo, niggas talking crazy. I don't like this shit. And I had to really tell everybody like, yo, bro, don't say nothing. I appreciate it because you love me. And you want to go out there and ride for me. Yeah. You know what I mean? You see niggas talking crazy. And it's the worst to them because it's like, nigga, I know you.
Right.
And you be begging niggas to get in shows, coming to the parties, boom, boom. Now all of a sudden you got some shit to say. They got real problems and they want to crash out on people. And I'm telling them.
Who he talking about right there? Who he talking about right there? He just threw a shot. Shout out to Leonardo Thomas. I appreciate you. Whoa, preach, Sir Bungus. Hey, facts. I had to learn that myself. When you really align with God, don't expect none of the decisions that's coming from God. Don't expect people to understand any of that shit. Matter of fact, expect people to try to kill you for it. But the thing is, you got to stand on it. And I know as a human, it's hard to do that. That's why I understand where J.Cole coming from. But it's like, you got to acknowledge that part, though. Acknowledge that part. You know what I'm saying? Acknowledge that. Yeah, God not going to tell you to move in fear. God going to tell you to move in purpose. Whatever's aligned with the purpose that he aligned for you, he gonna tell you to move within that. And sometimes disapproval is proof that you're walking in purpose. Facts. Sometimes disapproval from the world is proof that you're walking in purpose. But if you back up on that, now you in purgatory. And the only way to get out of that is go back to purpose.
Like, no, like, let me walk through this. Like, let me, whatever the world is got for me, whatever they got to say for me, let me take it. And let me remember or remember that that's not even me. Like, who I actually am on the inside. I'm damn sure not J.Cole. I'm damn near not even Jermaine on the inside. We all are connected to something higher. So what's a name? It's an identity.
I like that. I like that. I like that a lot.
What's a reputation? It's just a story that somebody tell about you.
I like that. I like that.
So it's really just my ego that's afraid that, like, oh, my reputation is gonna get fucked up. Oh, they're not gonna think this about me no more. Who gives a?
I like that. I like that. Okay, he cooking.
Like, let me remember or learn who gives a fuck what they actually think. You know what I mean? Like it's not even you that they talking about. And if it is, so fucking what?
Okay, Cole. Okay, Cole. And this is why I be trying to give Cole grace sometimes, because I do sense that that's the battle that he's dealing with. You feel what I'm saying? And maybe, you know, I guess I'm just waiting for the moment where it's like he sets the example of, like, this is how I broke through that. But maybe it just hasn't come yet. Who knows?
So I'm like, yo, don't say nothing. Let me walk through this. So I spent the next amount of time walking through it mentally, like still feeling at peace with my decision, but now knowing I gotta work.
Yeah, he definitely should have said that on Port Antonio. That's where it all gets fucked up. You should have. This is the message that would have went crazy on Port Antonio. Port Antonio would have been fire with that message. Take out all the bots and all that fuck shit. Put this message in Port Antonio, boy. This nigga would have set the table for generations to come on how to deal with this type of shit. He would have set the table for generations to come on how to deal with this type of shit. But instead, you got to make everybody look like the villain and make you look like the hero in that situation.
Through the mental test that comes with the world fucking my name up or fucking me up. And you know, and that led me to, that's the blessing. Oh, I started this conversation by.
I wish you would have said that led me to Port Antonio, but.
Telling you, it's a long conversation, but
take your time, bro.
I started this conversation by telling you how much of a blessing that situation was for me. Now let me tell you why. In the middle of the world fucking me up. Like, it's over for this nigga. Nah, I never look at this nigga the same. Nah, you don't do that. Boom, boom, boom. Yo, I always knew that nigga was such and such. Boom, boom, boom. In the middle of the world doing that, I'm having these conversations with myself. I got to get off. At that time, it was like I had crept back on. I think around the time the Kendrick shit dropped or the Kendrick and Future shit, and then my shit. I'm back reading comments, what niggas are saying. I realized quickly, like, okay, I got to get the fuck off of that. I got to get off IG. And YouTube, my most used app. That's why I've been fucking with y'all for a minute, because it's like, yo, I was seeing that shit on IG and on YouTube. But on YouTube, every other post was my name. I was like, yo, I had to get off YouTube. So one, I had to separate myself from that.
Damn, deleted. What the fuck you do? Damn, deleted. What did you do? What did you do, deleted?
That knowing the world is fucking me up. And I had to have this conversation with myself. And this was the conversation. All right. Right now, the world is shitting on your name. Whatever you think you've built, you know what I mean? The world got something to say about you. You know what I mean? And boom, boom. How you feel about that? I mean, shit. I mean, it don't feel great. You know what I mean? But like, you know, whatever I'm saying to myself. Then the question is like, can you control any of that? Can you control what anybody says or thinks about you?
No.
You know what I mean? Can you do that? Of course, the answer I'm telling myself is like, oh, no, I can't control that. Okay, then. Let me ask you another question. This is me talking to myself.
Talking to yourself.
Let me ask you another question. why did you ever do this in the first place? Like, did you ever do this? Did you ever put a pen to the paper, make a beat, record a song?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I could be making way better videos on J. Cole. I could be making way better videos on J. Cole. Hear me out, right? When I'm picking up here, J. Cole is in he's in the purgatory of battling between his higher self and ego, like all of us are, right? But his battle is on display. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I could be making better videos on J. Cole. I could be making videos on how, like, J. Cole is currently the representation of the battle between ego and the higher self, right? How the ego will pull you into directions of making these unclear decisions and making unclear statements and all that different shit. And I could be making videos on J. Cole in that perspective and using that to spread good information and good perspective, right? That doesn't mean that, you know, I think my next few videos on J. Cole will probably be from that angle. You know what I'm saying? I do think it's important to critique what J. Cole is doing in these moments too, because he is intentionally trying to shape new narratives, and that's important to critique. But at the same time, simultaneously, he is quite literally the walking representation of battling between your higher self and the ego. You see what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that J. Cole comes out on the higher end, just like I hope anybody else would. But it's also important to get into the critical commentary because he is trying to rewrite narratives that work in his favor simultaneously, which is what the ego is doing. So I'm not going to stop doing that, but I will make sure to use the information and the knowledge that I have and the inner work that I've done on myself and the inner work I've seen other people do on themselves to make sure that at least on the other side of the critical commentary, we're giving important perspective and putting important perspective out there into the world as well, though. You see what I'm saying? That's what I get to do a lot more on my channel. If I'm going to make a video of critical commentary, then I should also on the other end make a video based from the perspective of raising myself, right? What would my higher self say about what J. Cole was saying here? Right? Not in defense of just the culture, defense of the rules of battle rap, the rules of hip hop, which I think he is demeaning and is actually coming off as anti-hip hop. But also removing myself from that, right, which is identity and all that different shit, removing myself from that and speaking from my higher self. How does what J. Cole's going through benefit humanity by watching it? You see what I'm saying? So I think I am going to start doing that. That's what I'll start doing. I'm going to commit to, if I have a video of critical commentary for somebody or something, I should also on the other end make a video from the perspective of how can what we're talking about here actually be a benefit to the everyday human being. For sure. That's what I'm realizing. I think I definitely get to do that. Feel what I'm saying? And it has nothing to do with shooting J. Cole bail. It's just like, you know, how can we simultaneously make this good? You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely not shooting him no bail though. You feel what I'm saying? Because we can see what he's doing, but still. Shout out to Leonardo Thomas. Cole trying to manage his faith and in God, but then there's the Elohim. Hey man, I ain't gonna lie. You ain't telling no lies, brother. I appreciate you for the super chat, for real. It's not a benefit. He is still J. Cole who hasn't come back to the community that lived to raise him up as J. Cole. Right, but it's not a benefit for him, but for the people who watch it. You feel me?
Because you wanted people that you didn't know to always have great things to say about you.
Right.
Like, is that why you did this? Nah, that's not why I did this. Right. So why did you do this ever? Why did you ever do this in the first place?
Right.
Oh, I did this in the first place because I loved it. Like the second I start rapping, the first rhyme I wrote, the first beat I made, I fell in love with it. Mm-hmm. Like I sat in that same chair you see on the album cover. Mm-hmm. I wrote my first song there. I must have sat in that spot for 7 hours. I made the beat. Mm-hmm. I must have sat in that chair in my crib on my mom and my stepfather's stereo system. I must have sat for the first time for 7 hours. Imagine being 14, 15, sitting in a chair for 7 hours and you not watching TV or playing a game. You know what I mean? I'm writing a song. Like, oh, I did that and those types of things because I loved it. Aha, you did it because you loved it.
And you wanted to be the best. Not only did you love it, you wanted to be the best. Just saying.
Loved it. Let me ask you a question. Do you love it right now? Do you currently love it right now? I'm like, oh, I mean, yeah, I think I love it. Oh. Do you? Then I'm like, oh, shit. It's like, yo, listen to how you talking about your own album you about to put out. Look how you've been talking about this shit. Like, this how you want to go out? You don't listen to music no more. You don't play this shit no more. You know what I mean? I got kids now. The shit that I came up on, you know what I mean? I don't play that shit around my kids. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do it.
I ain't gonna lie, man. You had this whole conversation. You started talking about, I mean, you don't play music no more. You know, you had this whole conversation. Now I was with him earlier, but it's like now you just adding shit.
I'm grateful that my parents didn't give a fuck what I listened to or what they played around me, but I'm not going to do that. So it's like, I don't experience this shit on a regular basis no more. And like, yo, look how you talking about this album you were working on for 8 years. Ah, man, let's just get this shit the fuck out. Let's just put this shit out, man, and be done with it. And then my question was, that's how you want to go out? That's how you want to drop this album? That's how you want to drop your last album? If this is your last album, that's how you want to put it out? Like, nah. Like, nah, well, how do you want to, what you want to feel like?
Hey, y'all, make sure we got 423 people in here. Make sure y'all drop that like for your boy. You feel me? Simple. Only take a couple seconds. Come on. Click that like button. You feel what I'm saying? Super easy. You know what I'm saying?
I want to feel like this. I can't write a fucking rap to save my life. Like, that's how you want to go out? I'm like, nah, I want to go out. When I put this shit out, I want to be in love with this shit. Like, I want to be feeling like I damn near could go do 3 more albums. Like, I want to feel like excited and proud to put this shit out. I want to be over it. Like, all right, then. So what can you control that? You can't control what people are saying. But can you control how you feel about what it is that you do? And so when I say it was the biggest blessing, it was because in that moment, I'm like, oh yeah, I can control that. I can control, it's like a relationship. Like when you're in a relationship, it's like, if I'm in a relationship with a woman and it's like, I can pretend like, man, we just grew apart. This shit ain't there no more. Really, you stop doing the things that breed love with this woman. You know what I mean? That's and y'all stop doing the things that breed love with each other. And you just say you fell out of love. But really,
that's true. That's true. 80 more likes in the building. Come on, y'all. Let's get it. 80 more. Come on.
Stop doing love. Like, love is like out of like spending time, listening to somebody. You know what I mean? Like it's an active thing. So from that day forward, when I had that conversation with myself, I'm like, oh, I get it. And I just immerse myself back in this shit that I love. And I started telling people that summer, I was like, damn, nigga, I feel like I'm 16 years old again. Like, I was madly in love with this shit, and then my pen got on fire. Like, from that day forward.
And that pen should have, nigga, you should have, look, I know what that pen should have been doing. That pen should have been getting back.
And that's what started my next journey. And the reason why I say it was the biggest blessing is because, like, the way I feel now, putting that album out versus how I would have felt 2 years ago, even with the album in the form that it was, night and day. Like, nigga, I ride around playing this shit. Still to the, like, yesterday I had to drive an hour to Fayetteville. Nigga, I'm playing this shit the whole way. I'm rapping my shit. I'm a fan of this shit. And that's a blessing because 2 years ago, it was, man, let's get this shit out of here. So I know that's long-winded, but.
No, I get it.
I mean?
Trust me, because just as a writer, you go through writer's block, especially when you're as good as you are. It's hard to compete with your last great project. You get what I'm saying? And everything you explain makes a lot of sense. Like, you got to be true to you before.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. He's saying the exact same things from the last interview, which is cool, but it's so identical. It's like,
you make somebody else happy. And if you're not happy what you're doing and you made a bunch of money already, what the fuck are we really doing it for? Like, for me, I come to work, I get to watch sports where I watch sports all day anyway. and get to sit here with my childhood friend that we didn't speak to each other for 15 years, and we fucking watch sports and laugh at niggas.
Wow.
You get what I'm like what the like you can't even beat that shit. Fact. You know what I'm saying? If I had to do it, I wouldn't want to do it, man.
That's real, bro.
Nah, and I got everything you said. Do you think that I only got a couple more questions for you, and I'm gonna let my assistant Taylor ask you some questions. Okay. Do you think that the Drake
20 minutes left
and Kendrick thing got totally out of hand? Do you think it spiraled out of control? How do you feel? Because I know both of these.
I feel like it's weird for me because I damn near feel like the only person in the world. And of course, I don't know if this is true or not, but when I really analyze the situation, I'm like, damn, I feel like the only person in the world. It's almost like it's a much more mild example, but it's the only way I could think about it. I'm like, I think of Dale Curry. Like, imagine Seth Curry was the star basketball player for whoever the team he was on, the Hornets. And then Steph was the star player for the Warriors, and they met in the finals. And then Dale has to watch, like, he has to watch this battle. Somebody got to come out a quote unquote loser. Somebody got to come out a winner. It's like, I'm the world right away. The world became like politics. You either Democrat.
This nigga asking for Kendrick to come outside and clip him. This nigga want Kendrick to come outside and clip him so bad. This nigga want Kendrick to come outside and clip him so fucking bad. Like, I damn near feel like he might be ready to battle. Like, there's no way you say shit like this and you don't think you about to get fucking clipped. Or maybe he talking like this because he know that niggas is finna clip him. And so he trying to create his sad story ahead of time. Because what the fuck do you mean you're Dale Curry? I get the analogy, right? But goddamn. How do you think niggas are gonna take that? You're Dale Curry? That's the only analysis you could possibly think of. You're Dale and Drake is Seth and Kendrick is whatever. So if Kendrick come outside and clip you, would he be wrong? Because I can already see it. Kendrick come outside, cut his fucking head off, right? And now all these J.Cole fans, he wasn't even going to do anything to him. He wasn't even going to do anything. He wasn't even going to do anything to him. He said sorry and he said he loved him. Why would he say that about him? I already see it. I already see it. I already fucking see it. So now we're just going to hit people who didn't want to be hit. Now we're just going to hit people who don't even want to fight. And then if this was insert anybody, y'all will be acting different. J.Cole, I see your play, brother. You know somebody coming outside to cut your fucking head off. I don't know who it is, but somebody coming to cut your head off. Come on, bro.
Republican. You're either Kendrick or you Drake, and you got to pick a side, boom, boom. And I felt like the nigga that was like disgusted both ways, damn near. You know what I mean? So when
damn near,
like the nigga that was like disgusted both ways, damn near. You know what I mean? So when you say did it get out of hand, it's like creatively, that's not my place to say.
Yeah. I don't think that J. Cole intentionally was trying to say he's their father. No, I don't think so. I just think the nigga said some stupid shit. But it's like, nigga, this is the type of shit where you get your head cut off and be like, wait, what? Like, What did I really say? All I said was I was their father. Like, it's like, nigga, like, what do you, like, come on, man. Come on, man. Shout out to 89J Studs. Appreciate you for the super chat. At this point, I think Cole won a do-over and he baiting Dotto Drake so we can say he was good guy because he can't shoot first now. That's what I'm starting to think. I'm like, does he feel like he really want to battle now? And now he just trying to like bait somebody to come outside so he can get a redo? Because no matter how we like it, there's a lot of hate on Kendrick's name right now. Right? But I ain't gonna lie. J. Cole is in a worse position to battle now than he was before. I think it's easier to clip J. Cole now than it was before. Just with all these interviews. So, I don't know, man. He gotta be trying to get somebody to come outside. Or he might be participating with some niggas who got a plan for Kendrick when he come outside or something. I don't know. Shout out to Browser. Since y'all paying him to choose a side, let me do it for you. I'm telling you, he been talking to Cole, and I've been telling niggas he been talking to Cole for so long. For so long, man. Shout out to my boy Browser.
Right. You know what I mean? Like that's definitely not my place to say. I'm a nigga that apologize. So it's not my place to come in and say, like, oh, such and such shouldn't have said boom, boom, boom. Like, that's not my place. But I think the out of hand that I think is like world reaction. Specifically, like, to me, it's like
I think Kendrick got hate on his name politically too, though, because people automatically associate him with one spectrum of politics. So I think it's that world too. But you ain't see how angry niggas was when he did the bowl?
Like, disgusting how people try to use that opportunity to like either show how they really felt about Drake the whole time. Right. Or just like pile on.
That's a fact.
And
tear this I ain't gonna lie. This the perfect time. Let me rewind this. But this if somebody was gonna come bomb on J. Cole, this the perfect time. Cause J. Cole, yeah, I don't know.
To me, it's like disgusting how people try to use that opportunity to like either show how they really felt about Drake the whole time. Right. Or just like pile on.
That's a fact.
And tear this dude down and like create a narrative as if he's not great or as if he's not fucking amazing or stellar. It's like, yo, if you want to keep it, if you really want to keep it hip hop and boom, boom, nigga, judge it on the merits of the battle.
Right.
Don't discredit. You know what I mean?
Fuck is you talking about, nigga? He said, if you really want to keep it hip hop, fuck is you talking about, nigga? What are you talking about? If you really want to keep it hip hop, like, who are you mimicking? Drake got his ass whooped in every element, nigga. Judging it by the bars, judging it by the flows, the schemes, the pockets, all of that. That nigga went below the belt. So somebody else went below the belt. How the fuck do you judge if somebody won a battle or not? By dissecting the motherfucking lyrics. If you go below the belt, guess what we got to dissect? The thing that you went below the belt about. So whose fault is it? Is it the fans' fault for breaking down the lyrics? If your bars are about Kendrick beating his wife, right? You throwing allegations out there, and Kendrick's bars about you being a weirdo with underage girls, what the fuck do you think people are gonna dissect? Those angles. That's how you decide who wins. Whose angle got more validity? Whose angle got more power? Whose angle sounds less you feel what I'm saying? J. Cole, get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yo, if you want to keep it, if you really want to keep it hip hop and boom, boom, nigga, judge it on the merits of the battle.
That's what niggas. That's what niggas did. That's what niggas did. Drake's getting tore down because he sued over a battle. He couldn't take the jokes. Niggas was clowning Drake. And you want to act like niggas was talking about Drake messing with underage girls because of the battle. Stop fucking lying. Niggas was talking about that forever. And that's why Kendrick used the angle. And who knows how deep that really goes. But I digress.
Don't discredit You know what I mean? And I feel like it was a whole campaign, and probably still is to this day.
Right. If you want to keep it hip hop, don't sue over lyrics. Fuck is you talking about? J. Cole really trying to save this nigga because he don't. We're gonna talk about. I'm gonna think. There's a few. Look, he really trying to save this nigga, bro. Jay-Z undermined Kendrick too. Argue with your moms. You think he undermined Kendrick? You think he undermined Kendrick? I don't know if he undermined Kendrick. But I'm also open to see what y'all got to say. Like, why do y'all think he undermined Kendrick? What y'all think? Let me know. Tell me why. Tell me why. What y'all think? What y'all think? Let me know. He's trying to save him because he knows Arby's mad at him and might diss him. I agree with that one. I don't think he undermined Kendrick. I think that, first of all, I don't like what y'all already seen my video. I've been disagreed. I've been disagreed with Jay-Z. I think what Jay-Z said was wrong. I think Jay-Z said a lot of wrong things in that interview, especially saying like certain elements of hip hop are gone or whatever. I think what he really was trying to say is you can't make $1 off those elements because those elements ain't gone. But I don't think he's undermining Kendrick. He said Jay-Z and J. Cole said the same thing. I disagree. I don't think so. And even if they did say the same thing, it's coming from a different perspective. J. Cole is saying it from this perspective of participating in the battle, being told his diss was trash, and then backpedaling. Jay-Z is getting hit with all types of crazy shit because he put Kendrick on the Super Bowl. You feel what I'm saying? So I can understand why Jay-Z is fed up. But I still disagree with what Jay-Z said, and I think it comes down to money. You feel me? So, and I don't think Jay-Z is above pushing somebody's agenda at all. So, I don't know. But I definitely think it's interesting how nobody is speaking on these lawsuits. But it may be for a legal reason. You know what I mean? It could be for a legal situation, but who knows? I don't know. But yeah, I think everybody's doing a disservice trying to make it seem like all stands, and I think Stan even gets thrown around too effortlessly, right? But all the fans are in the same boat. I think that's a disservice. I think that's a disservice for sure. I think that's a disservice.
Yo, if you want to keep it, if you really want to keep it hip hop and boom, boom, niggas judge it on the merits of the battle.
Right.
Don't.
Everybody who loves Kendrick hates Drake. That double speaking where you're speaking one party's action but not the other. Ooh, that's a great fucking point. That's a great point. That's a great point. That's a great point. Because in reality, it's like if you just speaking to, and I ain't gonna lie, it's hella dismissive of what Drake and his audience is doing. And is dismissive of the fact that Drake is actually galvanizing his audience to do these things. Nicki Minaj was just in an article stating that she's literally deploying bots in order to push her narratives. Facts. Facts. So when you look at it from that perspective, it's like, I see what you're saying for sure. Now, is he doing it intentionally? I don't think so. But who knows? I think J. Cole is doing this intentionally. And there's a bunch of context that points to the fact that he is. Way more so than Jay-Z's. You see what I'm saying? So, but I definitely feel you. That's a great argument. I ain't mad at that argument at all. That's a great argument.
Don't discredit You know what I mean? And I feel like it was a whole campaign, and probably still is to this day.
Right.
Of like belittling and tearing down what this dude built as if it was.
Yeah, that's disgusting and disingenuous. Filthy and disingenuous. You're not mentioning the campaign of the Family Matters shit because, you know, you're not mentioning the articles that came out about Kendrick and all that different shit. You're not mentioning that Kendrick's life was threatened multiple times. You're not mentioning that they were trying to say, oh, he's going to get this and that when he go to Toronto, right? You're not mentioning that the Dave Freeze shit where they try to say that the Dave Freeze kids, the Kendrick's kids was Dave Freeze. You're not mentioning the fact that they try to push the wife beater allegations on him. You're not mentioning the fact that they try to make it seem like a restaurant was upset that Cali was upset and Kendrick filmed Not Like Us, and that was a fucking lie because the restaurant came out and said the niggas was capping. You're not trying to mention the fact that there's so many things you're not trying to mention. There's been way more smearing on Kendrick's name than Drake's. As a matter of fact, there's been the only difference is Drake's smearing has been valid. The smearing of the lawsuit, the smearing of the memes, the smearing of the jokes, the smearing of the ghostwriting, the smearing of the weird shit with the underage people, the smearing of all these different things. Valid. Why won't you mention the things that's been thrown in Kendrick's way? We know why. We know why. J.Cole is in the position of kissing Drake's ass and being jealous that Kendrick Lamar is undisputably the greatest of this generation, if not the greatest of all time. J. Cole hates that. And you know that based on the music. Fuck assumptions. He's already told you with the music that he's jealous of Kendrick. He told you how he felt when Good Kid, Mad City came out. He told you, oh, people throw the bronze at me. We're using the music to come to these conclusions. A lot of people try to make it seem like my assumptions and my theories about a lot of stuff is based off strictly assumption. Whenever it's strictly off assumptions, I tell you it's a theory. But outside of that, I'll be telling y'all shit based on the music, based on what these niggas say. Just saying.
But some shit we have never seen.
That's
you know what I mean? So on one hand, it's like, yo, I feel weird and they're gonna make headlines out of this. You know what I mean? And like and you know, and then the internet and the people that feed into the fucking algorithms and get money off of clicks or just like pray to get attention off shit they say, they're gonna take this and run with it. But it's really the truth. It's like I root for both of these niggas.
Right.
You know?
No, you don't.
You know what I mean? It's like
no, the fuck you don't.
It's weird because to see a moment that Kendrick had, it's like, I'm like, oh my God. Quietly, I'm like, it's weird to say. Because if I'm Drake and I hear this, I'm going to feel away. But I'm going to come back and tell the other truth later, which is like when I see Kendrick get the moment he had, to pop out.
You're not rooting for Kendrick then. You more worried about upsetting Drake than giving Kendrick his props. So how the fuck you rooting for Kendrick? What are you fearful of when it comes to Drake? Why is Drake's approval more important to you than your relationship with Kendrick? Because you're fucking lying. Because you're lying. There's a bit of disdain and animosity towards Kendrick because of what he's accomplishing, based on what you said previously. Not based on my assumption, based on what you said previously. Based on how you have consistently tried to downplay what Kendrick has done since Kendrick did it. Are you fearful that Drake knows something and he's going to try to do something? Or what are you afraid of? Why is Drake's approval more important than giving Kendrick his props? Like you said, you've been giving his props quietly. Why is that?
The stadium, the Super Bowl.
The Grammys.
I'm like, I'm just as proud of this nigga as I was when I knew him back then. You know?
Oh, when you knew him back then, when he was winning Grammys, and instead of giving him his props, you start making songs about how the Grammys don't fucking matter. Holding up posters talking about fuck the Grammys. Oh.
I mean, of like, oh, nigga. Like, wow.
Right.
Like, and I know it's deserved and he handles it so well. You know what I mean? But then at the same time, when I say that, I'm like, but I also...
You didn't say that. You didn't say that. You've never said that. You've never said that. You've never said that. So let's not say that.
So well, you know what I mean? But then at the same time, when I say that, I'm like, but I also hate that for Drake. Right. Because the word, like you see the shit with the at the Grammys when the dude hosted, had some shit to say to Kendrick about the light. Oh yeah, the last time you did something to a light skin. Yeah. I hate that. I'm like, bro.
Right.
Why? Did you hate that for Meek Mill? No? Did you hate that because he said light skin? Maybe. That might be why. Why is that the reference? You didn't hate that for Meek Mill at all. Matter of fact, you paraded it. There's a clip of you parading back to back.
I hate that for him, and I hate how the world turns on him. And simultaneously, I'm over here like, man, I hope Iceman go crazy. Right. Like, I hope this nigga's in his bag, and I hope he boom, 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 boom. Simultaneously, I feel that way about both niggas. So I did get conflicted at times in the battle because I'm like, but creatively, that's not my place.
Right.
But as
it was your okay. All right, man.
As a critic of like culture, which that word is fucking weird because it's like, nigga, this shit is algorithm based, nigga. This shit is paid.
Is it, or are you just on the fucking internet? I think he hates the fact that Kendrick is the representation of the culture. Because that's what he wanted to be. That's what I think. I think this is rooted in animosity for what Kendrick has been able to do. Some people say, oh, well, J.Cole played Kendrick to Dr. Dre. So fucking what? That was before Kendrick took the fuck off. Yes or no? You can want to help somebody, but then once they take off, now you feel away. There's a lot of times where somebody, right, will try to platform somebody, but then when it's no longer convenient, when they keep growing, now you have all these problems with what they're doing. But you didn't have a problem with what they was doing when you wanted to bring the thing that they was building on your situation. When you wanted to put them on a song, when you ain't had no problem with that. When it didn't feel like a threat to where you are in your space, you ain't had no problem with that. But now that they're growing, now that you've seen the power of their influence, now you got a problem with the things that they were doing? Even though they've been doing the same thing this whole time? I don't fall for it.
Culture, which that word is fucking weird because it's like, nigga, this shit is algorithm based, nigga. This shit is paid campaigns on niggas, positive or negative. But my criticism.
Another shot at Kendrick. Paid campaigns on negative paid campaigns. Clearly you doing that for Drake. Positive campaigns, you want people to see that and assume, well, Kendrick's getting a lot of positive love campaign. I'll tell y'all one thing, ain't nobody ever put no fucking money in my pocket to say anything positive about Kendrick. And ain't nobody ever put no money in my pocket to say anything negative about Drake. I'm an independent journalist. A lot of the people that's getting paid are the people on Drake's side. Where's the critique for them? Just curious. Let's read these super chats. As a matter of fact, one of the reasons that I started to do this type of content is because during the battle, I realized that only Drake had this massive, you know what I'm saying, form of people. Right, hip-hop commentator, right. Only Drake had this massive form of people, boom, that was pushing the narrative for him during the battle. And I'm not saying that there was nobody doing that for Kendrick, but I'm like, damn, the shit was lopsided. And that was one of the main reasons. I'm like, shit, I know this hip-hop shit. I know how to rap. I know how to do these different things. I can give great perspective. Let me start doing this. And I already know how to do content. Let me start doing this. That's authentic support. Nobody had to call me and tell me. Ain't no PR firm had to call me and say, hey, we're going to put this money in your pocket. Make sure you say this. Nah, I did that authentically because of my love and support for Kendrick Lamar and what I felt what he was doing for the battle. Just saying. You feel me? Shout out to Quisha. I'm wondering for the super chat. I'm wondering as to why didn't anyone who supported Drake come to his aid when Not Like Us was taking over the airwaves? Right. J. Cole, where did you say that? Where was this when it mattered? Where was this when it mattered? Nowhere to be found. Where? Nowhere to be found. Where was J. Cole when it really mattered? You hated all this shit, but you couldn't be nowhere to be found when he really needed you. Because you waited until the tide started to turn a little bit, until history started to get rewritten. Now you want to come say all this shit. Hell nah. Shout out to Quisha. I appreciate you. Shout out to JD Double for the super chat, bro. He defended Dot against Mike Dyson. Y'all intentionally ignored that. He put him in front of 135 million people. Jay don't got to hate on Dot. I agree. I don't think Jay-Z was intentionally undermining Kendrick at all. I think maybe by proxy he may have, but I don't think he was trying to do that on purpose. I think J. Cole supports Kendrick, loves Kendrick, and respects Kendrick probably more than anybody who came after him. You feel me? So, yeah. But would Jay-Z probably throw Kendrick under the bus if it meant positivity for his business or something? I would have doubted. Just saying. Shout out to Leonardo Thomas for the super chat. I appreciate you. Chris Brown living embodiment successor. K-Dot Super Bowl halftime performance viewership. Both are more tangible rather than the number of hits. Jay-Z nor Drake has accomplished anything in comparison to MJ. I agree. I agree for sure. I feel like that's kind of obvious though, no? I feel like Kendrick is way closer to MJ than Drake is, for sure. If we talking about just raw impact and influence, yeah, most impactful, most viewed Super Bowl in the history of this thing, Kendrick is closest. I think if anybody's close to Kendrick to Mike MJ in hip hop is no doubt Kendrick. Not even close. Shout out to my boy Leonardo Thomas. Thank you, bro. Shout out to Mount for the super chat. That comment implies he turned his back on the culture. He doesn't see it as organic if it's not kissing his and Drake's ass. Facts. That's why he's trying to amplify the narratives against the culture. He knows there's an anti-culture movement out there. Just like when niggas took woke, right, and spun it. And I hate when niggas try to act like that was just the right wing. Because that wasn't just the right wing. The right wing did it too, but the left wing did it too when it came to the woke culture. Woke meant something completely different before they try to make it something for their politics. Just like they do everything else that we start. Make it something for their benefit, for their politics. Right? So the same way they did the anti-woke thing, it's turned into anti-culture. And J. Cole knows for a fact that he's amplifying that. Which is why in the album he talks about the number one mulatto and what's it called? The number one mulatto and the best rapper with the best Negro with a white mom or whatever he said. He know what he doing. He know exactly what he doing. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Shout out to She Knows for the super chat. Appreciate you. Are Cole and Jay-Z scared of Drake's litigation and PR? Yes. I don't know about Jay-Z. J. Cole? Yes. Absolutely. I think J. Cole is fearful, but I think he's also resenting Kendrick. I think it's both. I definitely think it's both. Let's keep going.
Racism on the culture is like, ew. Like, I hate what y'all try to do to this man. Right. You know what I mean? And I hope y'all fail. You know what I mean? And I'm glad to see y'all fail. So it's like, I hate to speak on it because it's like, I know they're going to take it a certain way. But that's genuinely my.
I hope to see y'all fail, and I love to see y'all fail. Trying to make it seem like this whole campaign against Drake, because if he does this, he also inadvertently, right, discredits Kendrick Lamar's entire run. I ain't gonna lie, Cole at this point deserved to get his shit knocked off by Kendrick. And Stat said on Culture United the other night that there's a real reason J. Cole didn't want to go to war with Kendrick, and it has to do with what Kendrick knew about J. Cole. And I'm interested about that. Is that why he's leaning that way? To try to build the hate campaign against Kendrick so niggas can knock him off? Because Kendrick getting out of the way does re-platform J. Cole and Drake, by the way. Just saying. Just saying.
Truth.
I think all these niggas are in on this. I think all these niggas are in on aiding that side try to dethrone Kendrick Lamar. For sure.
You know what I mean? Like, that's genuinely my truth.
Right. You just told us how you feel about them being artists. And I don't know Kendrick, a big fan of his music, but Drake's my man, so I totally feel it.
And culture is such a crazy word. All these different things. I hope y'all fail. Nasty. And you waited to say all this shit until the fall off came out. You dropped the fall off first, let you get your numbers and all that. Then you start saying all this shit.
Exactly how you
bro.
feel, what you just said. And it was a good moment for Kendrick, like you said. And I like his music too, I'm a fan, but as Drake being my friend, it was fucked up.
There you go.
Drake being your friend. Oh, a bunch of two niggas on this pod, fucking two OVO niggas. Might as well. J. Cole, officially OVO nigga. Two OVO niggas. I see why people trying to say that this might have been scripted. Two OVO niggas. And they gonna try to minimize me and say I'm saying that because I'm a stan. That's what you got to do to minimize my message. And that's what they always gonna do to minimize my message. Even though I know how to break this shit down as good as anybody. But they'll ignore all that shit. Just saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. And so if I put myself in Drake's shoes, even to hear me say, like, I'm happy for Kendrick in a sense.
Right.
I would, if I'm him, I'm gonna feel like, damn, nigga.
Right.
So let me ask you a motherfucking question. How you think Kendrick feel when you say that there's a hate campaign against Drake? Did you think about that? No. This is bullshit. Everything you saying right now, did you think about how Kendrick would take it? No. The same way in Port Antonio, you only kiss Drake ass. Y'all got it. Don't let this nigga trick y'all, bro. Don't let this nigga trick y'all. You not thinking about how Kendrick is taking none of this stuff. This is cap, bro.
But I love this nigga too.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I don't like that he's doing it with a whole crowd like shitting on you. I don't like that. You know what I mean? But shit, that's not my place to necessarily judge. And if that's how he felt,
why can't he do that? Drake did that to Meek Mill, and you applauded it. Hating ass nigga. J. Cole is a hating ass nigga. The hate is seeping through this nigga right now. It's seeping.
He had to go with it. You also engaged at the same time. You know what I mean? But I absolutely hate and have always hated how they try to like do that to him. And I genuinely pray. It's like, nigga, I'm a fan waiting. Like, I be telling Eve, like, man, I hope this Iceman shit go crazy. And I hope he kills that shit.
So personally, where you at with them friendship-wise today?
I'm in the same place.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where it's like, yo, I genuinely love these niggas, but I'm not going to act like we've been communicating.
And yeah, Cam and Mace was hating on Kendrick too. I forgot about that. Cam and Mace was hating on Kendrick too for the Super Bowl.
And talking, you know what I mean? I've had conversations with them like post everything, you know what I mean? But it's not like it's a lot. But that's just, you know, that's me not knowing where they at.
Right.
Me maybe assuming because I done heard X, Y, and Z.
Right.
But it has nothing to do with like how I actually feel. I genuinely love these niggas. Like I be wanting to shoot off a text. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna lie, but even saying that on the mic is
but what?
Is kind of lame to me, but it is my truth. You know what I mean?
It is what it is. Absolutely. Look, my sister, she loves you. She was actually on vacation. Where was you at vacation short to see you? And I'd say, you know what? She knows more about you probably than any of your fans. So I told her she could ask you a few questions. And she made it back from St. Lucia. I don't know what hurricane she flew through or how she got here, but she said her last 24 hours was hell getting here just to meet you because she's been to.
Yeah, Cam Mace was trying to shit on Euphoria too. Facts. I forgot about that.
Flew to North Carolina to see your concerts.
I ain't gonna lie. These niggas try to make it seem like they not gearing up to help push the narrative against Kendrick Lamar. Michael Dyson, Gilly the Kid, all these guys doing this all simultaneously. I swear, if Kendrick come outside and still knock you niggas off, you niggas gonna be sick. Y'all gonna be sick. I'm telling you.
So Taylor, a few questions. Knock them out from coming from one of your number one fans.
Listen, before we get into the questions, first off, thank
and Gilly was hating on Euphoria too.
2014.
Yep.
Forest Hills Drives really means like a lot to me for a multitude of reasons. I'm sure you get that all the time. But also thank you to you for allowing this opportunity.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, definitely last 24 hours. If I didn't get off that island 24 hours ago, I would have been stuck there till Friday. So.
And you came just so you could be here for this. You cut it short.
Man, niggas don't even know. These niggas doing so much motherfucking talking. When Kendrick come outside, it's going, bro. That shit is breaking the internet, bro. Because Kendrick the only one not running his mouth, and he only coming. The only way you gonna know what Kendrick think is through the music. Kendrick next drop is going to bruh.
Made mountains move just
I
for
really
this. So
appreciate that.
I really appreciate you too.
Thank
But great interview so far, and I just want to kind of go back on.
Hey, real quick, that's what I said in my in my Kendrick was warning J.Cole video. The two first dates between Baby Keem on tour is in North Carolina. Just saying.
That you spoke on, especially so I really appreciate you.
You cut it short.
Listen, I made mountains move just for this. So I really appreciate you too. But great interview so far, and I just want to kind of go back on some of the things that you spoke on, especially with writing. Okay. I know in 2021, when you left Roc Nation, you acquired your master's. Mm-hmm. How has your writing process been? Maybe it changed for you since having full ownership?
The ownership has nothing to do with it. And I also want to say on your platform, because I think I said it on the podcast we did, but
just wait and see. More blood be spilling. It's just paint to me. These niggas don't even realize that they are building Kendrick's next drop. We never know what Kendrick's gonna do. So let's say that. We can't expect shit because we never know. But if Kendrick was dead serious about more blood be spilling, it's just paint to me. Y'all are unknowingly creating the rollout for Kendrick's next drop. That's what's crazy. Y'all are literally rolling out Kendrick's next drop.
It's a very small audience of people that just fuck with me. But how I even got my master's back in the first place is because Jay and Roc Nation agreed to switch my record deal over to a distribution deal, you know what I mean? Which gave me a much larger chunk of ownership than I had previously, you know what I mean? Which set me, I just did want to say that because people just think like I just got my master back, but really it's like, now I got him back a little early because, you know, one, I had leverage, but also Roc Nation did the right thing and like overly blessed me by switching that to a distribution deal. And I never said that publicly, I don't think. So I did, while you asked that question, I did just want to mention that. But the ownership of my music never changed my writing process. I honestly don't even think about that side of it. But how has my writing process changed? I've experimented with multiple. It used to be one way. When I was at that beat machine on the cover of the album, I just sit down in a spot, stay there for 2 hours, 3 hours, and just lock in and focus. And like that was my process. But as I gotten older, I've experimented. Like there's songs I got where it's like I'm doing like how Future and Uzi and them do, where it's like I'm doing a line at a time. You know what I mean? There's songs that I got where I try that. It's not my bread and butter, but I have experimented with it. And there's times where, you know, I might just write a verse one day and it's like, oh, I know what this song is. Let me put it away, come back to it, write the next verse. But the thing that I learned after I said I fell back in love with this shit and that's what got me to the finish line on the album. The thing that I relearned about myself is like, oh, wait. I'm a solitude nigga. I write my best in solitude. Like, not just like, oh, I'm in a room by myself. Like, no, like I would start flying up. You know, I'm a full-time dad, really. Like my studio's in the crib, my gym is in the crib. So it's like, I'm always around my kids, even when they're at school, they homeschool. So it's like, I'm always around the kids. But what I learned is, if I go to a hotel room where I could just be in a hotel room all day, write all day, listen to music all day, make a beat all day, fall asleep while working on the beat, wake up, open the laptop and press play on the beat again. If I get 2-3 days of solitude, let alone if I get 5, that's when I'm like super tapped in. And it's like, when I could just, because, and I thought about it, I'm like, oh yeah, because nigga, that's what you was used to. I'm in the college in my apartment, just in my room, dolo, like writing. But now with kids, I had to remind myself, like, oh wait, I write good at the house. I don't write some crazy shit at the house while they write upstairs or whatever. Sometimes I don't wrote some fire shit while they write in the living room, and they write in the kitchen, I'm in the living room. But my best, where if I know I need to knock some shit out, and I go get 2 days alone, 3 days alone, where I could just dance.
Yeah, facts. Hella people be saying like, oh, I want to hear Kendrick and Cole. Nigga, I would never want to hear Kendrick and Cole. As a matter of fact, I've never liked Kendrick and Cole songs. I've never liked Kendrick and Cole in the same song. I like Forbidden Fruit. I think that's the only song I've ever liked with Kendrick and Cole on it. I've heard the unreleased shit, all that. I've never liked Kendrick and Cole songs. That's just me being honest. I don't like their songs.
I mean, feel like a teenager again or a 20-year-old again. I get so productive, and that's when my pen can really like light on fire. So I don't know if that's a change, but I just rediscover how important that is for me if I really want to like lock in.
This the realest shit right here. This how I be feeling. This how I be feeling right here. Real talk. Real talk. For real, for real. Shout out to D Drub. Appreciate you for the super chat. I ain't even gonna lie. The more these dudes spew all they salty feelings, the more I want Dot to come back outside and smack everybody again. Kendrick might have knew that this is how it was gonna go. Kendrick might have knew that this is how it was gonna go, and that's why he might be saying the things he's saying on that album. Because he know niggas gonna come outside and be working to get things together and explaining themselves and all this different shit. Kendrick's next drop is going to torch the planet, bro. For real.
It's Aquarius shit right there. You gotta be dolo sometime, man.
Word up. When your birthday?
February 4th,
Oh,
man.
yes, yeah.
I'm the same way. Like,
hey, divinely, this ain't weed. This is the blend of Gold Cola, spearmint, and peppermint. You know what I mean? These are natural. I got this from Stardust and Sage. But this has been an amazing weed replacement. And it don't be getting me high or nothing. Like, it's for like things like mental clarity. The Blue Lotus I got is more for like regulating nervous system. This is for like mental clarity, all that different shit. And taking a break. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I think I'm done with weed, bro. I think I'm done. I'm like, what, about 4 months in? Next month will be 4 months. This has been a great replacement. I don't even want to smoke weed. I've realized that for me, it's been the hand-to-mouth fixation. The hand-to-mouth fixation, it grounds me. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I be out here a lot by myself because I think better by myself. That's just me too. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I'm chiming in on the same shit. I got to be by myself to be creative a lot of times.
Facts.
Yeah, that kind of falls into my next question because I know you did a 7-part series for the release of your new album where you went to different cities in North Carolina and New York, as far as Arizona, in the Honda Civic. Being that you are considered the big 3.
What is that? So this is literally go-to Colta, spearmint, and peppermint. You can drink it as a tea. You can smoke it. You can you do a bunch of shit with that.
Keeps you being the different cities in North Carolina and New York, as far as Arizona, in the Honda Civic. Being that you are considered the big 3, what keeps you hungry? Is there something specific to keep that same hunger that you had when you were originally going to college campuses and selling, you know, your CDs?
That's a great question too. What kept me hungry to get to this finish line was the whole concept of the fall off was born after Forest Hills Drive, the album you was talking about. When I got off that tour, for the first time, like, you know, I was chasing this shit. I told you, I'm waiting outside for Jay-Z. Like my whole life was about getting to where I wanted to be and some occasional partying. You know what I mean? But like my whole life was getting to where I wanted to be. And so after that album, that tour was the biggest thing I had ever done. The album was the biggest thing I ever done. The singles was going crazy. And I didn't even make it to have singles, but the songs was going crazy. And so after that tour, I, for the first time, was like, I sat on the couch, me and my wife, I had just got married. We watched television for the first time. I hadn't watched TV 10 years maybe, because I was just trying to get it. I sat down, I watched Power. I watched fucking How to Get Away with Murder. I watched Narcos at the time. There was a show called All Mom Out, Caribbean Life. I sat on the couch every day, made beats and watched TV. And I felt, for the first time in a long time, I felt comfort. I had not felt comfort in a minute. And with that comfort, that shit made me start like self-reflecting. Mind you, I was meditating every day back then. So when you meditate consistently, you very in tune with your emotions and your thoughts. So this comfort was making me think to myself like, yo, you kind of comfortable. And I had already been thinking about retiring for some reason. At like after Born Sinner, I was like, I'll do one more album and then maybe retire. So I was like, yo, you did what you, after Forest Hill Drive, after that tour, I'm like, yo, you kind of did what you set out to do. Like, my nigga, you made it to the mountaintop. Like, you know you could chill, right? Like, you don't got to keep going. You could retire right now, like you were saying. Do you want to do that? And I was like, yo, that kind of sound good because I'm liking this. But I had an honest conversation with myself. And I'm like, yo, are you ready yet? And the thought was like, nah, not yet. All right, why ain't you ready yet? Because when I go out, I want to go out with every ability maxed out. I damn near look at it like 2K. You know, when you're creating a player in 2K and you got certain shit that you could put up, like speed, stamina, boom, boom. I felt like when I was younger, I had my bars and my flows and my ferociousness as a battle rapper, because that's how I came up, like a damn near like a cannabis type battle rapper. Like all my shit was maxed out. Then when I got storytelling, my storytelling got maxed out. The only thing that hadn't maxed out yet was what Forest Hill Drive has, which is like the best songwriting, hooks, bridge, storytelling, wisdom, boom, boom. Like I was tapped all the way in on that album. But a couple of my sliders on that album, I feel like went down. Like my bars, like the Yachty joint I got, right? Like that I'm mentioning y'all on. That's the rapper that I truly am in my heart from the beginning. I couldn't have wrote that verse when I was having this conversation with myself. And I was like, yo, when I go out, I want to go out on all my abilities maxed. I want to be max storytelling, max bars, max motherfucking wisdom, max songwriting, max hooks. So the thought was, all right, I'll do one more. There's an album for this feeling. I was like, there's an album for this. Like when most niggas is supposed to decline and their abilities and their skills is supposed to decline because they getting comfortable and sitting on the couch and drinking wine. And
that ain't happened to Kendrick. That nigga Kendrick got better. You could argue Kendrick is better than he's ever been right now. In my opinion, I think Kendrick might be better than ever right now. Real talk.
And life get better, I'm like, yo, can I do the opposite? Can I go the other way and get better than I was? So because, to answer your question about what kept my hunger, is because I imagined a day when I'm not doing this no more. And I was like, yo, if that day comes, what would you regret? And so the past 10 years has been me trying to like make sure that it ain't no regret. You know what I mean? Like make sure there's no regret that I left on the table. So that's what kept me hungry. I'm like, yo, you said this is what you want to do. I didn't know it would take 10 years. I thought that shit was going to be 3 years tops, but it took 10 years. And it's like, that kept me hungry of like, yo, don't be 50, 60 looking back like you ain't scrape it all off the table, skill-wise and ability-wise.
Right.
And her tone in the building.
Comfortable now that the album's dropped.
Yes.
Are you seriously considering retirement?
Nigga, you just sold everybody goddamn the fall off like it was your last album, brother.
Yes, some days. You know what I mean? And some days I'm like, yo, I got an idea. You know what I mean? But I didn't make that. I made the album so that let me clear it up too. So there's like no confusion. I made this album so that if it was my last, I'm cool. And I am. I'm cool. If that's my last album, I'm cool. You know what I mean? If I get inspired
I ain't gonna lie, man. J.Cole storytelling has never been maxed out. Bars, flows, and that never been maxed out. Maybe maxed out for him. Nah, definitely not. Shout out to Marshall for the super chat. I appreciate you. Real talk.
Year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years to do another album. I'm not gonna fight. I'm not gonna fight the feeling.
Right.
But this album is what I intended it to be, which is like, yo, I did what I said. Now it just so happens because of what happened 2 years ago, I'm very inspired right now because I fell back in love with this shit. So I got ideas for beats, for production. I got ideas for verses, for songs. Like maybe I do a project. Maybe I don't get inspired enough to do a project. Maybe I never drop another album again. And if I
ain't
don't,
gonna
guess
lie.
what? I don't.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. Niggas gonna act like I'm tripping. J. Cole in his career maxed out at like a 90 through 92 overall. I think J. Cole at his maximum maxes out over his career at a 92 overall, if that. 91 feels way more comfortable. 91 feels way more comfortable. 95, hell nah. He said it's an 88. Look, I didn't want to be mean, but nah, I got to give him 91 for Forest Hills Drive. You feel what I'm saying? Notice how he only talks about skills and abilities. We ain't got shit to say. We were at war right now. People are suffering worldwide. He worried about his yeah. Shout out Justice for the super chat. I appreciate you. Yo. Oh shit. I'm gonna give J. Cole a 90 max, 91 in that vicinity. But J. Cole has never touched 99. I don't think J. Cole's ever touched 95. That's just my opinion.
I did this.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know if that clears it up, but it's like
basically what she's saying is don't retire, nigga. That's what it boiled down to. Cool. Like, yo.
Well, I'm just clearing it up for the fan base because it's like you've given us mixtapes, features, albums. We don't want it to end, right? And also when you dropped this and you did the 7-part series, you showed us a lot more like visuals than normal. And that got us even more excited. And I'm speaking like the whole fan base, but just from the environment, the community that I'm in, like we want to see more of you, even on the creative side of the visuals, even outside of music as well. We just don't want you to be retired, go recluse, and then we never hear about J. Cole ever again, you know?
If you retire, would you still tour?
Yeah, I actually do have a vision of like, if I never put another album out, I would want to tour 2 albums.
Okay.
Forest Hills Drive and The Fall Off. So it's like every few years, it's a artist, it's a group, Pink Floyd, a band from back in the days. And I think the dude, one of the singers like Roger Plant or some shit, whatever his name is, forgive me if I fucked it up, but like he was a part of Pink Floyd, but he has this album that like meant a lot to him that they did. I guess he did most of the writing, and it's called The Wall. And every 3 to 5 years, he goes out and he tours this album. I mean, meaning like this is not about like who be getting fucked up. This is just about like who can drive the best.
This is just like,
all right.
You just don't want to worry about anything.
Olu from Earth Gang. Johnny Venus.
Really?
Bruh. Oh, the least. Oh, you said the least.
The least.
Right, oh, no. That he would be.
All right, man. Honestly, great live. Man, J. Cole is insane, bro. Yeah, J. Cole is wild, bro. That was crazy. Biggest takeaways, the culture comment, the Drake. I pray that he do great. The shade of Kendrick. I love the part where he started really getting, he started breaking shit down and from the spiritual aspect. I love that part too. But yeah, a lot of that, the crying, there's a lot of fuckery, man. There's a whole lot of fuckery. Shout out to Leonardo Times for the super chat. I appreciate you, bro. I love Cole for what Cole can do, and I'm not wanting him to retire, but it's a problem for me that Cole don't want it for himself. Oh man, it's just like, bro, Cole is just, oh man. You got to watch the Stat and Justin Hunt talk. They uploaded like a 60-minute version from their talk on Culture United. I think I was on Culture watching that last night. So I think I seen that already. They did have a hold on. They did have something that we could watch before I get off, but I might just get off right now for real. Now, this is one thing I did want to watch. I wanted to watch the Third Verse podcast where they said J.Cole wouldn't apologize if this blew up. I do want to watch that. I do want to watch that. I do want to watch that for sure. Shout out to Leonardo Thomas for the super chat, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Honestly, nah, I gotta get off, bro. Yeah. I lost energy too, bro. I did. Like, I gotta get off. But I do appreciate every single one of y'all for coming for sure. Wait, before y'all go, hold on. Check this out, man. I want to say thank you to each and one of y'all that's been streaming my music, streaming F-Ice and all that. We have 1,500 streams just on Spotify. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's been downloading all that. Thank you. But I know it's a lot of y'all that have not heard it yet. You feel what I'm saying? It take no energy or time to click on that, check that song out, one stream, you feel what I'm saying? One download, see how you feel about it. And if you don't like it, don't play it. But if you do like it, stay with it and listen to my other stuff. It's the first song I dropped in a minute, so y'all expect some other stuff to come, you feel what I'm saying? But check out that song. It's pinned. Also, if you have not seen part 3 of the 616 and Elliott Just Got Darker series, you gotta see it. You gotta see it, bro. The reception on this video is fucking crazy. I think this is the highest watch time I've ever had in my YouTube career. The highest watch time I've ever had in my YouTube career. Okay, so y'all go check that out. Here's the link if you want to watch it. But yeah, go watch my video. Check out my song. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to 2,000 streams. You feel me? Let's get to 20 downloads or whatever. You feel me? Slow burn. I'm cool with that. All that. But like, you feel me? New freestyles coming. I'm finna fuck y'all up with my next one. I promise I'm finna fuck y'all up with my next one. Because I don't know y'all. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say nothing about it. I'm gonna fuck you up with my next freestyle for sure. But yeah, stream the song, check it out. We have 1,500 streams. I mean, 1,500 streams. I'm really proud about that. So thank y'all very much. And then yeah, check out my last video. You feel what I'm saying? But thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night. All right. Oh, one more thing. The Patreon, the Jay-Z reactions coming very soon. All my music reactions coming very soon, and they all gonna start on the Patreon. If you want my raw music reactions, gotta fuck with the Patreon. It's only $5. Those reactions will then go to the membership a few days later, and then they probably will end up on the normal YouTube page. But all right, y'all, I'm gonna fuck with y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all. Part 3 and my music. Check it out. I don't think you regret it because most people that check it out, they love it, and I wouldn't say that if it was false. That's why I think y'all would like it. All right. So I'm going to catch y'all, man. Y'all have a good day.